Dino.com/clay.
We're excited to introduce you to a new sponsor, Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk devices that provide clear contact nationwide on an LTE network. It's 100% private and perfect for small business owners to connect with staff. No subscriptions or monthly fees.
Go to rapidradios.com. Get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping, and a free protection bag. Add code RADIO to get an extra 5% off.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE. Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. The 3 p.m. hour is presented by First Liberty Building and Loan.
The Dean's List with Janice Dean.
A firefighter from Oklahoma who stopped what he was doing to mow a neighbor's lawn makes the Dean's List. Brandon was off duty, taking an evening stroll through his neighborhood when he saw a woman having a hard time with her lawnmower. Without hesitation, he asked if he could help and finished the work for her. The Stillwater Fire Department shared the wonderful story on social media with a photo of their first responder in action with the caption, "We're proud to have men and women at SFD who uphold the standard of going above and beyond to support the community." Many saw the story and left encouraging and heartwarming responses on social media, including Brandon's mom, who added, "What a great young man. So thoughtful and kind. His parents raised him right." Thank you, Brandon. We sure do love our firefighters here on the Dean's List. Janice Dean, Fox News.
President Biden calls it a good day for the world. Lisa Brady, Fox News. After Israeli forces killed the leader of Hamas, Yahya Sinwar, in Gaza. President Biden says Sinwar was responsible for thousands of deaths, including Americans. And it was on his orders that Hamas terrorists invaded Israel last October to kill, rape, and kidnap. Vice President Kamala Harris calls his death an opportunity for the war in Gaza to end.
And it is time for the day after to begin. Without Hamas in power.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says it's the beginning of the day after Hamas, but that for now, the war is not over.
Hamas suffered a heavy blow today, but our target goal is not being completed.
Through a translator telling Hamas fighters, whoever lays down their weapons and returns hostages will be allowed to live. Fox's Trey Yingst in northern Israel.
What they have done today is they have chopped off the head of the snake. And the question now is whether or not Hamas will be able to regroup in small capacities inside Gaza to continue what has been a limited guerrilla-style war over the past several months against Israeli forces in Gaza, or if they will see this as such a heavy loss that they'll come to the negotiating table.
At the White House, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan just telling reporters Sinwar was a critical obstacle to reaching a ceasefire and hostage deal. The comments from Vice President Harris coming in between campaign events in Wisconsin. She's skipping an annual charity event in New York tonight.
The Al Smith dinner is hosted by Cardinal Timothy Dolan and the Archdiocese of New York. Cardinal Dolan said on his podcast he's disappointed Harris is not coming tonight, particularly because this is supposed to be about civility, patriotism, and unity.
Fox's Brian Yennis, former President Trump, will be there. Harris is sending a video message. America is listening to Fox News.
Life takes a toll on our bodies. No way around it. Whether it's sitting hours on end at your computer or working a physical job, over time, your body pays the price. There is, however, an effective way to turn back the clock on pain. Relief Factor. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor helps support your body's response to inflammation. The difference, instead of masking pain, Relief Factor helps eliminate it for good. And it's 100% drug-free. If the pains that come with living a full life are affecting you, do as so many others have. Turn back the clock on pain with Relief Factor. Their 3-week quick start is just $19.95, less than $1 a day. When you feel good, it's amazing how much more you get out of life. So visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Try it for only $19.95. While we can't stop aging, not yet. We can stop pain. Turn back the clock with Relief Factor.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. How's it going? 303 with Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, and sports raconteur extraordinaire. And the mechanical mangler at the controls is Flounder. Oh, my God, it's a flying bat. It's a flying bat, I tell you. Guys, a big cry. Well, look, the flying bat. What's the flying bat action going on there? Pete Davis in the mountains of Macon. What's up?
It's Halloween. I don't know if anyone's told you, but it's Halloween.
Is it now? Is it now? Well, when I thought it was like the last day. This is what, the 17th? We got 10 days, 12, 13, 2 weeks, right?
You don't know when Halloween is?
I don't know when Halloween is. 31st, isn't it? 30 days, that's September, April, June, and November. So it's 31st of, okay, all right. Well, I got plenty of time to buy all those full-size candy bars. I have a pumpkin, and, I don't
bring them in.
Yeah, so there you are. So there you are. Anyway, anything new in the mountains of Macon area? You got your hat on. What's it? You got your wool hat on. Are you going skiing or,
Look, frost the last couple of nights. It's got below freezing up here. And I discovered something about myself last night.
What'd you discover about yourself? I wonder if you...
I just don't like cottage cheese. I've tried to like cottage cheese. It's good for you, but I'm eating it last night, and I just really... It's not really cheese.
Well, what do you mean? It's not cheese? What is it?
Well, it's just occurred to me.
It just occurred to you. Oh, God. And I know it was coming, too. That was the thing there. Flounder, you still with us there in the studio?
Unfortunately, yeah.
There you go. And what's new with you, Flounder?
We are a week out from closing.
Oh, my God. He's got an update. Outstanding. Now, so you got to be a little freaky out there, huh?
Holy cow.
Yeah, just big-time Charlie, my friend.
Man.
And how's Miss Veronica?
You're a man.
Is she exciting?
We're both exciting, but it's just...
And by the way, does she... Oh, excuse me, my voice is gone here. Does she... In fact, I've got to settle down. I have got to settle down. I've just had a little thing with myself here the last few days. I'm just got to settle. I almost shot a guy the other day. Anyway, now Miss Veronica, do you guys have getting a new house? Does she have a particular style of furniture?
Oh yeah, she's in charge of all that. We have a room in the basement that's finished, so that's mine.
But I mean, is she a modern furniture girl, old-fashioned antiques?
Kind of a little bit of everything.
American?
She's a big fan of like white and light gray, so she likes the more light colors.
Okay, but the reason I'm saying is because you've been in I'm renting this townhouse, and I've got all this stuff. I actually have a lot of furniture type things which I don't need and my kids don't want. I've got a Seth Thomas wall clock, an old-fashioned pendulum thing. It's like a 4-foot tall, beautiful old see the thing.
I'll check with her. She may want that.
It's probably worth a bundle of money, and nobody wants it, and I don't have a place for it, so I'm just going to, sell it or do something. But if you guys, and I've got a whole bunch. I've got stuff like, oh my God, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here's the number 404-741-1230. We got to start slow. I'm sorry, I'm not used to get started right in on the new. We did the Brett Baer thing, by the way, when I talk about that, okay, hold everything. 404-741-1230, 1230. Okay, the reason I mentioned that, I just passed today. I just realized that I have in my possession, I've had it for probably 50 years. I have an old-fashioned grilled cheese sandwich maker, and by that I mean it's a pair of an opening thing. What do you call it? It's two metal things, and it's got
waffle maker.
A waffle. It's like a waffle maker, but it's on two metal things, and you open it up and you put the bread and the cheese and the stuff. You make a sandwich, put it in this thing, close the lid down, and then you hold it. It's like an old-fashioned popcorn popper. It's on like a long stem, and you hold it over an open flame or over the heater, and it makes your grilled cheese sandwich. But it comes out round because it's round, so it makes round grilled cheese sandwiches. Big big puffy in the middle are fantastic. Anyway, I've got a bunch of crap like that. I've got some antique furniture. And if you ever get over there to get all the crap that I've had from our...
I'll get with Veronica.
You need to go through it
come by
sometime and really
we can look at your inventory.
I've got a lot of stuff that nobody wants, and it's just going to go. So, just out of curiosity. Okay, I'm sorry, so I got delayed here. It's 308 almost, 308.
I got this. You want this?
Not for me. Flounder might want it. It's a fish machine mobile truck.
I have one. I'm good, though. Thanks.
Oh, you already got one, yeah. Thank you. Okie dokie. And by the way, I did put video today when I came into the studio. The beautiful morning show bastards. I mean, I love you. Who doesn't, but they've got a chair thing going. I don't know. There's some kind of a chair thing about where I sit. Yeah, it's a fanny fetish. And I don't know whether it's, the say, hey, kid, the Rhino or the smart one or one of them's got a fanny fetish because they were concerned about me sitting in their chair. And so they put this, there's one, I think Flounder might like it, but there's one chair in there. It's horrible. It's got a big round tube on the bottom of it to get your feet trapped in it. It's just, you can't adjust it. It's a monster. And they had it in where I sit on purpose because they don't use it. So something's going on here, and we got to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, what kind of crack is that?
Yeah, I know. It's not right. 309, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Okay, what else? God, we got so many things. A lot of stuff coming up. We'll talk about Did you watch the Brett Baer interview? If you did, we'd love to hear from you. What do you think? I think one quick reaction is, well, there goes the chance of getting her on Joe Rogan. I mean, you think there's any way that her staff will let her go on a 3-hour podcast with Joe Rogan?
3 hours.
I mean, seriously. Anyway, now, Pete, you're up. Did you even see it with the Mountains of Macon reception or stuff or whatever?
I did. I flipped back and forth between the football and the baseball and everything like that. And you know what? Her fans say, oh, she stuck it back to Fox. She stood up to Fox, blah, blah, blah. The people who don't like her that will say, that she wouldn't answer a question, and she wouldn't. I love the fact he says, what's going to be different? And she goes, you know what I'm talking about, Brett. You know what I'm talking about. He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Well, I wrote down in my notes, and by the way, I took 3 pages. Remember I told you yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, I said, I'm going to keep track of whether Brett Baer asks follow-up questions. So I said, that's the key to me. If you ask a question, she gives you word salad. Are you going to follow up and try to nail her? And so I said, I'm going to keep track. Well, I took 3 pages. Every freaking minute, every question and answer I wrote down, took 3 pages of notes of every time he made a follow-up question, and I numbered them. And of course, on the way to work this morning, I realized I left them home. So all my notes on the thing, the 3 pages of notes and the numbers. But I remember the total number of follow-up questions he tried to ask her was 23. That's where I remember stopped counting. So he did try. But he did. In fact, the most important thing, and by the way, we have some newsy update things about stuff here, too, around the world. But the most important thing that he didn't get her to do is ask personal opinions. For example, he did the right thing when he said the issue of transgender surgery, switching surgeries for convicted criminals in prison. Do you still believe that or not? And she says, I will follow the law. That's not the answer. The question is how do everything she did, she blamed Trump. But here's my problem with Brett Baer last night. Instead of saying, he followed up by saying, and she kept saying, I will follow any federal law. The question was, how do you feel about it? He needed to make her say, I believe that any tranny should get sex change any gay switcher guy, a gender person guy should be able to get federally tax-paid surgery. Either it's yes or no. And here's the difference. Donald Trump will answer any question, yes or no. Do you believe a woman can get an abortion anytime, yes or no? Do you believe there are exceptions, yes or no? Do you believe the border should be a penalty if you cross illegally, yes or no? I mean, boom, 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 pow. There's a million, yes or no. And he never got her to answer yes or no because she wouldn't do it. And he needed to keep going on the yes or no. How do you feel personally? We want to know how. I wanted to have her be forced to say, I think it's real that people who want to change their gender should be able to be getting that in prison on taxpayer dollars. Even if they sneaked across the border, that she believes that they should be able to change their gender and we pay for it. I wanted her to make her say that. And it never happened. So again, word salad, he tried. God bless him, he tried. Okay, a couple quick newsy things. Guys, I'm doing by the way, Pete Davis has a game today, and even put the note to remind myself in my style. Well, I'll show you right here. Hold on.
2 days in a row? I'm not putting money on that.
Look at this, huh? Look at this, huh? Wow. Pete game, huh? All right. Also, we're going to do some chick stuff today about have you heard about the Rebecca syndrome?
Yeah.
I think I not only have that, I also have the reverse one. I'm in bad shape, and I'm not getting any better. Anyway, also, a quick update here. They got the Hamas leader. We'll talk more about that here in a minute. Also, by the way, Carmela's side piece tried to go on and say she made an announcement after they killed the leader of Hamas by accident, basically, but thank God. Anyway, so he's burning in hell, but he's got to celebrate. So she comes out and does a news conference saying, this is an opportunity for us to show the American, like she has anything to do with anything. I just freaking couldn't believe it. A couple of quick announcements as we go to the Cowabunga here coming up. Mitzi Gaynor has passed away. Mitzi Gaynor was 93. South Pacific. There's no business like show business. Singer, dancer, actress, Nurse Nellie in the 58 big screen adaptation of Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical South Pacific. Rosanna Brazzi, huh? Oh. Hey. I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair. That's no business like show business with Marilyn Monroe. She was a ballerina. At age 13, she was dancing with the Los Angeles Civic Opera Company. And she said in 2012, at the TV Academy Foundation, I quit films because they quit me. Marilyn Monroe was now the new Alice Faye Betty Grable. She was doing the musicals at Fox. I wasn't going to do My Fair Lady, and I wasn't going to do The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music. Screaming, there was nothing for me to do. So, Mitzi Gaynor passed away at 93.
I remember her. My parents used to go see her. She come in Atlanta with the dinner theater thing, and they come back so happy from seeing her.
Oh, she was mega. She was bubbly and sweet, and it was back in the day when they were stars and glamorous and everything. In fact, the woman who died on me was often mistaken for Mitzi Gaynor. I mean, I was with her when it actually happened. They thought that she had been Mitzi. And by the way, for the record, when Mitzi Gaynor got kind of kicked out of business because she was no longer the it girl, she said, "Screw this," left Hollywood, got married, and was married the rest of her life. So, God bless America. 3:14 with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. 404-741-1230. How you doing? Look out.
Atlanta radio legends, proud military vets, national network experts are all on Extra 106.3.
It's going to be an interesting couple of months.
With live and local shows in the morning and afternoon, and the biggest conservative hosts in the country throughout the day. We are always here with the latest news and opinions you need.
There's no chance if the media and the Department of Justice and social media are all against you.
No traffic interruptions, no former shock jocks, just Atlanta legends you've turned to for a generation. The conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
As the longest continually operating franchise in Major League Baseball, the Atlanta Braves have plenty of history to share with fans. Tours of Truist Park are offered year-round, and take guests behind the scenes to areas normally off limits during games. With artifacts and exhibits distributed throughout the ballpark, it's a definite must for any Braves or baseball fan. Visit Braves.com/tours to purchase your tickets today. And did you know that along with exclusive tours around the ballpark, you can also host a private event at Truist Park? Corporate meetings, trade shows, team building events, holiday parties, rehearsal dinners, you name it. Truist Park can host it. Their dedicated staff is sure to bring your vision to life. Whether you're looking for a large space or something more intimate for your next event, there's a venue to accommodate your needs. Visit Braves.com/events to see more details. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Bronies, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. 404-777-1911. 404-777-1911. Online at stopmyed.com.
I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but the cold air is coming fast. That means a couple different things to me and you. Energy bills will be rising and company coming over for the holidays. Dan Watkins here with all Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows. It's time to get your house ready for the winter air and your holiday visitors. The good news is that we have you covered for every opening in your home. So call us today to set up a free estimate with one of our amazing sales consultants. They'll help you pick out the perfect garage door, front door, and windows for your home.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
D. Geller & Son Jewelers is celebrating 85 years in Atlanta this month. It's been an honor to be your hometown family jeweler since 1939. Founded as the South's first diamond and jewelry wholesaler, D. Geller & Son brings those quality standards and that unbeatable pricing to the comfort of your neighborhood jewelry store. D. Geller & Son is still 100% family-owned and operated, and we love our community. That's why we have trained jewelers you can trust in every store for professional, reliable service on site. It's why we have Atlanta's best lifetime care plan for free, covering everything from ring sizing to diamond upgrades. And most importantly, it's why we're committed to find or design the perfect piece of jewelry for your most special moments. No matter the budget, you can be confident D. Geller & Son Jewelry is the best quality and value you can find. It's going to last, and they're going to love it. There's no jeweler in Atlanta like D. Geller & Son, and that's why we've been Atlanta's most trusted jeweler since 1939. Come celebrate 85 years with us in Atlanta, Kennesaw, or Sandy Springs, and read our story online at dgeller.com.
Shooting drills. A coach who knows the game can teach their team how to improve, but one who genuinely cares about each player.
You have what it takes. We got this.
Can inspire them to win. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Because when you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Start feeling unstoppable. Visit truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Here we go. Stand by. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete and Flounder. 320 on 106.3. 404-741-1230 is our number. Yeah. Oh, yeah. David Byrne, yeah. David Byrne's American Utopia. On this day in 2020, which ran on Broadway from October 2019 to February 2020, American Utopia debuted on HBO, directed and produced by Spike Lee. The film featured selections from that album as well as songs from throughout Byrne's career. Byrne performed alongside 11 musicians, all of whom used wireless or portable equipment. The film won both Emmy and Tony Awards. David Byrne, American Utopia. I'm going to admit something to you now. I have never heard of David Byrne. I've never heard of American Utopia. I'm sorry. I swear to God.
Talking Heads.
I don't know what that is.
It's a band.
You've never heard of the Talking Heads?
I've heard of the band Talking Heads. I couldn't name you a song, and I couldn't recognize. Is this Talking Heads here?
Yes, this is Life During Wartime.
Okay, I've never heard this song.
Yeah, you have. I use it for a music bumper.
Well, like I say, I hear it as a bumper. I've never actually listened to the whole song.
Play one of their other hits. What was that first hit they had? Heard it? It was like a remake of a Motown song, wasn't it? The first big hit they had.
I need a name. Let me check.
I'm kind of embarrassed, but I don't mind telling you, this is just who I am. Honest to God, I missed this whole decade, I guess. I mean, the
70s?
I was not a big thing of the 70s.
80s? That seems the 70s,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway, I'm just telling you, I'm admitting to you that it's just a thing, I swear to God. Birthdays, 62-year-old Mike Judge. Mike Judge, the creator of Office Space, Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill. And Mike Judge is 62. He does the voices for Beavis and Butthead and Hank Hill. Which is
the Hank. Take Me to the River was the first big hit, I believe.
Take Me to the River. Oh, yeah, I know that song. Okay. Well, there you are. So I stand corrected. And thank you for updating the camera, because I hate to be rude. Oh, yeah, okay. That's the song you use for that fish with a moving head when you go by it. The wall-hanging fish. You ever seen that one?
Yep, you're right on it. Yep.
And on this day in history, 1956, it was called the Game of the Century. A chess match between Bobby Fischer and famous chess master Donald Byrne at the Marshall Chess Club in New York City in 1956. Bobby Fischer won the Game of the Century. He was 13. And went on to go to Iceland and be a weirdo. Let's see, 323, Kim Pete and Founder, 404-741-1230. All right, we got newsy stuff. Again, love to hear your comments if you watched the Brett Baer thing last night and her. I mean, honestly... Anyway, apparently it's true now. They have just... sorry, I didn't mean to giggle on you. They've killed the second dead leader of Hamas now in the last 3 or 4 months, which is pretty hysterical. Sinwar, let's see, Hamas chief. I was going to say, how'd you like to be the guy named next to take over Hamas? Back in July, they killed Ismail Haniyeh Wang in Tehran and killed him in July. And then yesterday or last night, the other day, Israel bombed this building. Apparently there was a building. They knew the terrorists were in this building. There was no signs of any hostages, so they said, screw it, we'll just take... So our forces, the Israeli forces went in there, and let's see, they suspected terrorists. People fled into a building, so a tank fired a shell into the building. The whole damn thing blew up and collapsed. There were 3 bodies inside. One of them was this guy, Hamas chief Yahawan Sinwan Camel Pumper. I may have mispronounced that name there. Anyway, so he's dead. So there you go. Now they're going to have to name another guy. I can't imagine being the guy who got to be named out loud that's coming next to him. But anyway, so now, of course, Americans are saying, oh, man, they're going to quickly replace him, so now's a great time for a ceasefire. Well, why would you cease fire when you just won a big one? If you just killed the whole leader of the whole freaking thing, why would you want to cease fire and just stop?
Because they've only got so many men and women and resources.
I know. Well, I guess. See, I'm wrong. I just, I think you go until you're done. So, I mean, seriously, Israeli say, well, okay, well, all right, here's the deal. We won't do anything bad that would affect your oil, and we sure don't want to affect your nukes, so we'll just, kill people as we find them. Oh, that's great. So in other words, we can go ahead and still have all the things that make us a powerful country, because you don't want to you wouldn't want to do anything that would stop us from being a powerful country, now would you? What the hell sense does that make?
Lebanon has no oil and no nukes. Neither does Gaza.
I know, but still, Iran does, and they're the ones who are doing all this stuff. So if that's what they said. We won't go after Iran. We'll do only military targets in Iran. I'm thinking, what sense does that make? It's like Vietnam saying, well, we won't bomb the North if you don't bomb here. We'll just make deals to keep fighting.
How long have you been on this earth?
I know.
It's a question. How long have you been on this earth?
Almost 79 years.
How long has the Jewish race survived with everybody trying to kill them?
I know. The hell, they did it in 6 years, 6 days at one time.
6 days.
Was that 66, 68 or what? 67 and 67, I think. The 6-day war. 6 days, ladies and gentlemen. So, anyway. All right, 326. So that guy's dead. And also, some of our younger members of the audience might be quite upset to learn of the passing of Liam Payne. Liam Payne from One Direction. And he was apparently he fell from a balcony in Argentina. And the latest word I got after just checking the latest news break is that the autopsy may indicate that he may have been unconscious when he fell. So it's either he fell or jumped or he wasn't pushed. Apparently, he was the only one there. But either he fell or jumped or suicide or accident or was unconscious and whatever. But some of the details are the guy was in bad shape. Liam Payne, One Direction. The manager at the hotel in Buenos Aires called law enforcement. He said, I just called. My line got disconnected. I'm calling for the da-da-da. They said, what's going on? He said, there's a guy destroying his hotel room. Guest drunk on drugs and alcohol. He's conscious, breaking up the whole room. And he said, please send somebody urgently because I don't know if this guest's life is at risk. They must be in a room that has a balcony, and we're a little bit worried he'll do something that he'll put his life at risk. How long has he been there as a residential? No, he's been there for 2 or 3 days. and they were notified that somebody fell at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, dead on the scene. They are still not clear whether it's intentional or accidental, suicide or mistake. And again, he may have been unconscious. Yeah, eyewitnesses say that Liam Payne from One Direction, the former band, had been acting erratically in the hotel lobby. He smashed his laptop in the lobby, had to be carried to his room. He was cycling through periods of ruinous behavior, according to some of his friends, for a very long time. His demons were much worse than he let on. Earlier in the day that he died, Liam Payne posted a video on Snapchat saying he was having a lovely day in Argentina with his girlfriend, Kate. It obviously was old footage because Kate, who is a 25-year-old influencer, had flown home to Florida a couple of days earlier. Mm-hmm. So she split. We can imagine she couldn't take it. Maybe there was, whatever. Maybe that's why. I'm totally guessing. Obviously, she had gone a couple of days later, and then he kills himself and goes crazy and nuts and things like that. Maybe that's why she left, or that's what happened because she left. I'm totally just guessing. Again, I have no idea about anything. He talked about the English pop star got his start on X Factor as one part of One Direction. Did I say Fifth Direction? One Direction is the name of the group. I may mispronounce that.
One Direction. In fact, that was the first tweet I saw. Yeah, One Direction, down.
Yeah. Oh, that's cold. He said in 2021 he hit rock bottom, experienced suicidal ideation. The boy band broke up in 2016, included Harry Styles, Neil Horan, and Louis Tomlinson. Zach Milek left the group in 2015. But again, Liam Payne obviously mentally disturbed in just in horrible shape. Oh. But again, and the reason I mention this because I remember, was it about 7, 8, 9 years ago maybe?
You just said it,
yeah, Zach. When he quit, 2015 was when it was. When he quit, we were on the radio, and oh my God, I remember the stories that broke, and we had sound bites. I mean, one after another, parents posting sound, video, and audio of their children, of their daughters, their like 10, 12, 14-year-old daughters, hysterical, wanting to die. Their world is over. They can't go on. They can't go to school. I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. I couldn't believe it, and we kind of led the show with it because I don't know that I don't think people realized how strong that was, what the reaction was. And so, I mean, I couldn't get over it. So the reason I bring the story up is, once again, it's another tragedy, but obviously that was, almost 10 years ago. So, but still, I mean, it's a terrible tragedy. And I remember, boy, those young girls, God.
TMZ showed his body, and they had to take the photos down because people went nuts.
Yeah, you can't. No, you can't. That's not good. That's not good. Even covered up or even fuzzed out, it's still,
I didn't see him.
Yeah, that's not good.
Gravity 1, boy band member 0.
You can't be, falling off 3-story balconies. That's anyway. 3:30. We got a lot. We'll talk the Brett Baer thing with the interview with Vice President Shifless and Lazy coming up. Also a couple of funny things, including, well, you'll hear it now. You're not going to want to miss this coming up. And Pete's tweets and a game and Flounders Funnies and Holy Crap at Sports. And we got it all in your calls. 404-741-1230. Give it Pete and Flounder. Look out.
Hey, it's Rhino from the Morning Extra, getting your weekday morning started from 6 to 10 a.m.
Did y'all see the article from Time Magazine? On the front cover of the magazine, talked about, are processed and ultra-processed foods really that bad? Because that's been what RFK Jr. has been attacking.
The answer is correct. They're all bad.
Yes, they are. Of course they are. But you have the unhinged left going, well, are they? If RFK says they're bad, maybe they're not so bad.
I made my wife stop giving my youngest daughter Lunchables.
Well, yeah, but those things are just like,
they're horrible.
They're not even real food. They're not even real, but that's the thing. They are so unhinged on the left. Next, let's say RFK Jr. says, you know what, smoking's real bad. You're going to have the front of Time Magazine with nothing but a pack of Cools. Yeah, there'll be Cools. It'll be Cowboy Killers, Marlboro Reds, and they'll be like, are they really that bad? That's what's coming next.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on XTRA 106.3 FM and the XTRA app.
Foundation repair isn't pretty, but at Atlanta Ramjack, we make it easy. If you notice any cracks in your foundation, they need to be addressed as soon as possible to reduce additional costs that come with the repair. Why call us? Foundation repair is all we do. We have highly trained estimators that will thoroughly evaluate your home and only recommend what is needed. If you are experiencing foundation problems, please contact us at ramjack.com/Atlanta or call us at 770-502-8881.
Are you planning for your big day? Are you picking out the venue, the cake, the menu, the dress, the tux? And you can't forget about those wedding bands. Well, you're in luck because Wedding Band Weekend is back at Solomon Brothers Jewelers. October 25th through the 27th is the best time to save big on those wedding bands that you'll say I do with. During Wedding Band Weekend at Solomon Brothers Jewelers, when you buy her band, you get his for free. And to make your purchase even easier, we're offering 60 months interest-free financing on all of the top wedding band designers in the industry. That's 5 years to not worry about paying for those beautiful rings that symbolize your commitment. And remember, no matter the price, you'll find something nice. So come visit us October 25th through the 27th to shop for your wedding bands in Buckhead on Peachtree Road, Alpharetta Old Milton Parkway, and Sharpsburg on Highway 34 and Fisher Road, or online at SolomonBrothers.com.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand and Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions. Each brand brings savory, sweet deliciousness to every meal. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand and your Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
You may know that ATL Turf Co. has become a leader in artificial grass design and installation services. But you may not know that ATL Turf Co. is a large artificial grass distributor. We only sell U.S.-made, premium name brand turf at factory direct pricing below wholesale. And now we're open to the public with large inventories of lawn and landscape, putting green, athletic, and pet turf on sale. Plus, all remnants are on sale for only $1 per square foot, direct from Dalton to our warehouse in Kennesaw. Visit atlturfco.com to learn more. atlturfco.com.
Fall is coming quickly, and that means your business is going to have more fall jobs incoming, including leaf and debris challenges. Howard Brothers and Skag have a full lineup of street blowers, including the Skag Windstorm, vacuums, and debris loaders. They're some of the most powerful products in the industry, and they will help you continue to offer premium services to your customers. Don't wait till it's too late to get your equipment ready for the fall. Stop by one of your local Howard Brothers today and find your own Skag equipment for the season. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Skag and Howard Brothers.
Hey sandwich lovers, today's your lucky day. There's a whole new way to roll for lunch or dinner delight with Nucky's Hoagies in the Roswell Corners Shopping Center. Now open. Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell is family owned and operated by the Sub-Sisters, Stacy and Shannon, whose love language is food and Nucky's Hoagies, their passion. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagie, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, along with hunger-quenching sandwich combinations. Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner.
How you doing? And those naughty little Sub-Sisters, all right. Lucky's Hoagies and Founders Funny's coming up. There's a little Madonna for you. You know, that sweet onion commercial. By the way, those are great sweet onions, by the way. I love the same slogan. I used this not too recently. Simple and savory. I put that down for Man Seeks Woman in my latest ad in the...
Are you going to make love to her or eat her?
Well, what's the difference? But seriously, here's Madonna, 208 on the 208 was the year. Madonna and Guy Ritchie, announced their 7-year marriage was over, which is nibbling. Because, you know, there's nothing like nibbling on a girl. I mean, anybody will know this. Ladies, you know this too. If you're just hugging and
cannibal?
No. If you're just little kissing nibbles. You know what I'm talking about. Well, God, maybe you don't.
We're walking. We're walking.
We're moving. We're talking.
Like that actor, that Army Archer, or whatever his name is. Weirdo.
336. Madonna, 2008. She and Guy Ritchie announced their 7-year marriage was over because they had drifted apart. Kind of hard to believe. I guess same old story. Boy meets girl. She finds somebody better. I don't know. Of course, that's her opinion. The press reports that without a prenup, Guy Ritchie could be looking at about $70 million of Madonna's $400 million fortune. 2008. And I think she had to pay him. I think she paid him money and alimony or something. Anyway, by the way, I do like that. That's one of my favorite Madonna songs, by the way, that I was talking over the whole time. This is Norm Macdonald's birthday. God bless him. Born in 1959. Norm Macdonald died 3 years ago. That doesn't sound right. 3 years.
Doesn't sound right at all. 2 years ago, maybe.
Birthdays include George Wendt, Norm, and Jason Sudeikis is his nephew. George Wendt. Norma cheers, 76 years old today. And on this day in history, it was 1997. 2,000 people jammed into the Aurora, Colorado church before the Venezuelan gangbangers took it over recently for the funeral service of John Denver in 1997. He had passed away October 12th when he had played golf at Cypress Point with his buddies, and they said, let's play 36. And John Denver said, no, I think I'll take the plane out. He had a homemade hand-built airplane, and he had the gas tank reserve thing lever behind his seat, apparently. And when the plane ran out of gas as he was flying over Pebble Beach, he couldn't reach it in time, and he crashed into the sea and into the rocks and died. And they never found John Denver's spleen, kidneys, pelvis, and never found his head. Yow. Zinga, boom, bang, boom. No. There you are. 338. And it's only me, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you boys doing? 404-741-1230. Okay, we'll do a little newsy stuff here on the Brett Favre thing. By the way, if any reaction to it, did anybody? I had a lot of reaction to it. And again, it took 3 pages of notes and left them all home on all the follow-up questions. I'm such an idiot. Brett Baer said that they tried to. This to me is typical. This shows the lack of character on these freaking slimy grease spot weasels. Brett Baer said that Carmela Side Piece's campaign pared down the allotted time he had with her just before the anticipated interview and then showed up late. He said, we were supposed to start at 5 p.m. This was the time they gave us originally. We're going to do 25 or 30 minutes. They came in and said, well, maybe 20. It was already getting whittled down. Then VP showed up at 5:15. The special host said her tardiness made it a challenge for the production team to get it all out and interview it at the start of his 6 p.m. show. Again, he was supposed to do the interview. Then they had to get ready to play back at 6 o'clock. So she shows up late, which kind of made everything a little worse. So he says, we're pushing the envelope, and that's how it started. I could tell when we were starting to talk that she was going to be tough, get redirect without me trying to interrupt, referring to her filibuster efforts during the interview and not allowed him to get a word in. After the interview, Brett Baer revealed he had hoped to ask more questions, but several Harris campaign staffers were frantically signaling to him off camera to stop the interview. It was over, his time was up, and she had to go. He said, I'm talking like 4 people waving their hands. Time to stop. I had to dismount there at the end. Harris came into the interview with a goal of cramming in her talking points regardless of the question asked. You're going to see what I mean here in just a second. Normally, he said you can get in once in a while between breaths, but it was horrible. There's an effort to filibuster, create a moment. I think that was what their goal was coming in. She dodged several of his questions. On the sex change, I wanted him to say, what is your personal opinion? I know you're going to follow the law. That's not the question. The question is, American people want to know, how do you personally feel about the issue of taxpayers' money paying for sex changes for criminals who broke into this country and committed crimes? Are you in favor of it? Yes or no? Now, don't tell me you're going to follow the law. What is your opinion? Anyway, and that didn't happen, but he did try. He did over and over again. Do cut number 4 here, Flounder, and there were so many cringeworthy moments. For the stumbling pumper who wants to be your latex salesman, I call this, what are you talking about, Willis moment, when he tried to get her to be specific, and it didn't work. Cut number 4.
Frankly, exhausted of Brett.
More than 70% of people tell the country is on the wrong track. They say the country is on the wrong track. If it's on the wrong track, that track follows 3.5 years of you being vice president and President Biden being president. That is what they're saying, 79% of them. Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
Donald Trump.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that over the last decade,
But you're
people
the
have
lever of
become.
power.
But listen, over the last decade, it is clear to me, and certainly the Republicans who are on stage with me.
Yeah. I mean, again, it was unbelievable.
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she hasn't, and by the way, she hasn't been to Europe either, just for the record. Brett kept giving her a chance to try to knock it out of the park. She failed every time, even got angry. We'll talk about that a little later. She thought she could paint a picture of the vision for America, a future for the country could get behind, but she didn't and sealed her fate, as some of the reaction comments. And no apology for the family she helped send in the mourning for the Afghan withdrawal business early. And I thought a couple things I was watching this. We got a lot more to talk about this, by the way. And we got Scotty here in a second. She is worse than she may be the worst candidate, maybe at least the worst Democratic candidate I can think of, even worse than Dukakis. I mean, certainly in our modern day lifetime after the early 1900s or something. I'm trying to think of any worse Democrat candidate than this woman. Dukakis with a stupid helmet in the tank kind of deal.
He was bad, but that was overblown. But he was just too cold. Well, yeah, and robotic.
Yeah. I remember that who's that black guy from CBS? Robin Norman. Somebody Robinson, I think. Bernie somebody.
Bill
yeah.
Robbins?
Somebody. Bernie somebody.
It was Bernie from CNN.
Might have been, yeah, might have been true. And he asked her the question about there was a criminal got out of jail, and George Bush was saying Willie may have something. And what if? And the question was, what if that man had raped and murdered your wife, sir? What would you think about then? And Dukakis said something like, "Well, certainly it's a serious issue, and I think we probably should do something in American history." But I'm thinking, my God, I would have gouged his freaking eyes out. I would have cut his freaking throat and had him eat it. I mean, that's what what an idiot answer. I mean, just anyway. And the other thing I thought about this is we're going to get more coming up here too, Flounder. We're going to do cut number 2 here in a second. The other thing was it was clear that she didn't have a second level of intellect. When he asked her a question, she gave her speech. She gave her policy statement. And then when he tried to follow up saying, well, yeah, but in this case, da-da-da-da-da, she had to keep going back to her original kind of policy word salad because she didn't have the second level. She didn't have any arguments because she didn't know the arguments. It's like they keep saying, her staff keeps saying she's so lazy she doesn't prepare. All she does is memorize policy statements. And she couldn't use her own intellect and her own background and I mean, like J.D. Vance, man, if you try to get him in a corner on something, boom, wham, pow. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly where to go. This woman is a loser. She doesn't have a second level of intellect on any issue or policy.
Supposedly, that's what Biden and Obama were talking about at the funeral yesterday. Biden looking at him and saying, she's not as strong as me. Yep. And Obama going, yeah, that's right.
Yep. Yeah. In fact, we're going to play. In fact, you're going to hear that. In fact, the Kimmer Sidden secret microphone coming up here in a couple of minutes. It's 3:45 already. You're not going to miss this. So please, if you're going out of the car, keep it running because you don't want to miss this. Well, let's do soundbite number 2 real quick, Flounder, before we take our call on to here. At one point, Brett Baer asked whether she thought Trump supporters were all a bunch of deplorables or whatever what happened was. Now, I heard this on the morning show. Somebody went to the trouble, I think it was our morning guys, went to the trouble of digging up an old soundbite of Carmela's side piece. And so you're going to hear the question and an answer and then a different answer when they caught her lying about this because of something she said before. Sir, number 2, please.
So are they misguided, the 50%?
Listen,
are they stupid? What is it?
I would never say that about the American people. What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
Oh, really? I would never say that about the American people. Excuse me. Anyway, and by the way, a lot of more issues coming up. And the Kimmer Sidden secret microphone. If you saw the issue of Biden and Puttitat together huddling, somebody got an expert in sign language, and we have the Kimmer Sidden secret microphone, the secret and mystery. What did I say? Lip readers. I'm sorry, sign language, you idiot. I was thinking about that stupid robot. I want my girl robot. I'm sorry. Whether she can do sign language or not, I don't care. If she calls me baby and sits next to me in the car, I'll buy one. 346, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Look out.
The fan and Extra 106.3 are proud to salute all those who've served our great nation at our 2024 Veterans Day Golf Classic. Friday, November 8th at Heritage Golf Links. Join all your favorite fan and extra personalities for a day of golf, prizes, and fun, all benefiting our friends at the Warrior Alliance. Special thanks to Georgia Power, Henri's Bakery, Kia Mall of Georgia, Kroger, Hennessy Automotive Group, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Realtree, Fire Safety and Protection, and First Watch.
Oh, hello. We had 347. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? It's only me from my buddies at Atlanta Safe House. You know, I love talking about these guys because not only do they love this country, they take care of business. They're so proud of what they do, and for very good reason. For example, if you buy a safe at Atlanta Safe House, for one thing, they're going to pay the sales tax for the rest of the year. It's pretty cool. It's a little special, but they're always on sale. October is gun safe sales month, so you're going to save hundreds of dollars. And again, there was a scandal of some other company started giving out master reset codes to the feds and stuff. And no. Jeff and Mark, Atlanta Safe House, whole staff over there, these guys are old-fashioned patriots. In fact, when they have somebody deliver a safe to your office or building or home or garage or whatever you want to do, it's only off-duty police and firefighters and military because you can trust them in your house. And if you want to protect yourself not only from the floods and hurricanes we've been seeing in the news, burglars, thieves, and, even rain or a busted pipe if your stuff's in a cardboard box in the basement like mine used to be. It's dangerous. And when I went to Florida, didn't have my safe down there, lost my medical records, you know the whole story. So anyway, be better than the Kimmer. It's smarter than the Kimmer. Always got his... In fact, I think they still have some summer specials going on. Don't tell them I said so. They have a showroom in Ackworth on Industrial Boulevard. And it's true, they love you. Just stop in and say howdy, even if you're not in the market right now. But you will be at some point. Gun safes, pistol safes, jewelry safes. I wish they could save us from these freaking liberals are doing to our country. Don't forget the rebates. Always saving money. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you. Look them up on the web, AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Compact Outside, the all-electric EQB 250 SUV is big on space, style, and smart ideas. With available seating for 7, a digital voice assistant, and MB navigation with electric intelligence, the EQB is born from a forward-thinking family and built for yours. Experience the all-electric 2024 Mercedes-Benz EQB 250 SUV today and lease one for just $419 per month for 36 months with $49.93 due at signing exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models and visit today to see how to qualify. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta Sandy Springs through October 31st, 2024. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Hey, Jimmy, what's going on?
Oh, hey, Bobby. It's kind of embarrassing. I'm having deck problems.
You're having deck problems?
Hey, keep it down. It's embarrassing.
Now, look, there's plenty of guys in the neighborhood with deck problems. What's the matter with yours?
Well, it's small and old compared to yours.
All right, let's not make this a deck measuring competition. You just need to call Excavations. They've seen decks of all sizes, shapes, and colors. Good news is Excavations can build you a sweet new deck that you'll love to show off to your friends and neighbors. Don't worry, Jimmy. We're going to get you some big deck energy.
Hi, this is Candace with Excavations, and have I got a tip for you. Don't feel ashamed of your deck. Excavations can build an outdoor living space that you'll be proud of. And with our Exavision, we'll be able to show you your home's transformation before you even begin the work. Keep the HOA off your deck and give us a call today for decks, windows, siding, roofing, and more. Or visit us at exovations.com to get inspired.
The end of the year is closing in, and with it, another tax year comes to an end. As you prepare to file your taxes, consider the efficiency of your tax strategy. Have you maximized your IRA and Roth contributions? Do you have an RMD strategy in place? Are you making moves now to maximize your future tax-free income? Not only is the year-end fast approaching, but the 2017 tax cuts sunset at the end of 2025, placing many Americans in a higher tax bracket. Don't just report your taxes, plan for them. Contact Master Plan Retirement Consultants now to create a retirement plan specifically designed for you. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation where we can illustrate your retirement outlook and create a plan together for your future. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Serving my country required sacrifice. Sacrifice that changed my life forever. I remember the day I came home. Because of my injuries, this house wasn't right for me anymore. I remember the narrow doorways, the small bathrooms, the shelves out of reach when in my wheelchair. Every day was full of obstacles. I felt trapped. I remember a better day, the day my family received a specially adapted custom home from Homes for Our Troops. That day changed everything. Now we have a safe and accessible home to enjoy the freedom I fought for. This place, our home, is exactly what we needed to rebuild our lives.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post-9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Motown, baby. It's only me, it's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder and the Four Tops from 2008. Some bad news for Levi Stubbs. Levi had left his Detroit home on this day in 2008 and passed away. He had been in ill health since being diagnosed with cancer some 15 years earlier, about 10 years earlier, 12 years earlier. Had a stroke, other health problems, and he stopped touring in 2000. The Four Tops signed with Motown Records in 1963 and produced 20 top 40 hits in the next 10 years, making music history with other acts in Barry Gordon's Motown stable. I just loved Motown. That was really a thing. Is there a comparable genre of today's music, of Motown from the 60s, I wonder? What would you call anything like Motown was a whole thing, and I guess I don't know whether there's any things like that anymore. You know, styles of things that important and that big. I mean, that was a major.
That guy P. Diddy's got a whole corral of stars.
Well, that's true. Well, see, my imagination didn't go that far. So, God, by the way, that is so icky. Everything about that was just icky. I mean, that could be the worst scandal in any showbiz person in history of the world.
And they knew for decades.
Yeah,
they knew what was going on. Why suddenly now are they going after?
That's not right. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 354. Scotty, the window guy, thinks still holding on. Scotty, what's up, man? What do you think? Hello.
Hey, Simple brother, welcome home. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
Shout out to Kimmer's YouTube Mafia. You know, that's growing right now.
Well, it ought to be. I love it.
I got a couple of points and then a question.
All right, go ahead.
Obviously, you knew she was not going to be answering a straight question last night. How in hell did her handlers think this was a good idea to put her on Fox?
Well,
not to mention she showed up late and left early. They were yanking her off that stage.
Yeah, he said they were waving like crazy. I mean, it was really the whole. You know, it was a power move. She shows up late. They tried to get her off immediately, and I mean, it was just typical. This is. I'm glad that Brett Baer said that, by the way, and made that public because people need to know this is what they do. I mean, these people are not straight shooters. They're grease spots.
They are. And now think about it this way. This is my question to you and all the listeners.
Yeah.
Step aside. You're not a Republican. You're not an independent. You're not a Democrat. Is there one thing, 15 days away is the election, is there one thing that woman said that would lead you to vote for her?
Well,
what did she put up that she would do to make you get your vote?
Yeah. Scotty the window guy, good question. We'll be talking about it all afternoon, too. What do you think? In fact, now, Pete's got tweets coming up here later. I've got a couple of quick Babylon Bees. Are you have any Babylon Bees in your tweets?
I do, but if you do them, I'll move on to other stuff.
Well, just one that I think you sent this last night, right after the debate. Democrats wondering if it's too late to go back to Joe Biden. Or after Fox interview, Carmela calls McDonald's to ask if her old job is still available. Another one of my favorites. Anyway, 356, Kira, Pete, and Flounder. Our birthday list includes Bill Hudson of the Hudson Brothers. He's 75. Kate Hudson is his daughter with Goldie Hawn. You know, I don't know why I didn't know that. Bill let Goldie get away in 1982 so he could marry Cindy Williams from Laverne and Shirley. Bill
but
Hudson,
Kate Hudson calls Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell's her guy. Yeah, they've been doing. Yeah, there you go. 357, Kira, Pete, and Flounder. And on this day in history, 1978, Jimmy Carter signed a bill that restored full American citizenship to Confederate President Jefferson Davis in 1978.
Oh, why? What a loser that guy was. No relation, by the way. He was a complete loser. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Lee, I could understand.
Oh, my God.
But not that guy.
Oh, well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, Pete Davis right here. And now Flounder's Funnies for Nucky's Hokies.
I saw something today that came close to truth in advertising. The De Beers people are almost saying what they really mean, because the old De Beers slogan was "Diamonds are forever." Then they changed it to this year, "Take her breath away." The new slogan is "Diamonds render her speechless." Well, why don't they just go ahead and say it? Diamonds. That'll shut her up.
It's true. Is that our old friend Bill? What's his name there?
That's round one.
Really?
It's
true, huh?
It's true.
It'll make him happy and keep him quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Trust me, that's not necessarily the case.
Wow. Hey, by the way, to change the subject and get him out of being in the doghouse tonight, it is National Pasta Day, by the way.
Oh, I did not know that. Well, what's your...
I'm making spaghetti tonight. Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
I had spaghetti for lunch.
Oh, by the way, and I missed when I was down there Tuesday to wish you a happy Grouch Day, because it was National Grouch Day on Tuesday.
Oh, I'll be damned. Well, Flounder says thank you. I assume you were talking to Flounder. Very funny. By the way, spaghetti to me, the only way I eat spaghetti, I mean, I love pasta. I do it. I don't have it. I just forget to do it or make it, whatever. But a spaghetti, if I have spaghetti and meatballs, when I make the spaghetti, I will take a sharp knife and my fork, and I will cut that spaghetti into teeny little pieces. I don't like twirling it on a fork. I like putting it all together with parts of the meatballs.
Get the rotini.
Oh, I love
rotini because the meat in the sauce gets into the noodle.
Yeah, I do like rotini, but if I have spaghetti, I chop it up because I hate trying to slip it out and slash like that. So I use basically use a spoon the way I eat it. I love spaghetti.
All right, real quick, we got Rick the Painter with his one-liner today.
Rick the Painter, you're on the radio, man. What do you got?
Hey, Kimber. Hey, man. I'm just working on writing my one-liners. You were talking about having a robot sit next to you, singing "Baby, Baby" in your car.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're going to like what kind of music the robots like. You know what the favorite music for robots is?
What?
Heavy metal.
Heavy metal, ladies and gentlemen. So, hi-yo. 4 o'clock. Rick the Painter. It's heavy metal, you see, with a robot.
I heard that.
Call me baby.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
An opportunity for peace. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. That's how U.S. officials are describing the death of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar, killed by Israeli forces in Gaza. President Biden says he was responsible for thousands of deaths.
In a statement, the president also says there is now an opportunity for a day after in Gaza without Hamas in power. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan telling reporters aboard Air Force One, Sinwar was an obstacle to peace.
At various points along the way, Sinwar was more interested in causing mayhem and chaos and death than in actually trying to achieve a ceasefire and hostage deal.
President Biden spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to congratulate the IDF and Israeli soldiers who carried out the operation.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House, a day after another round of U.S. strikes on Houthi targets in Yemen. Pentagon spokesman Major General Pat Ryder says using a B-2 bomber sent a message the U.S. can strike anywhere, anytime.
This is not the first time that we've struck, but certainly these were unique targets in the sense that they were deep underground targets.
He calls it a response to a continued illegal and reckless actions by the Houthis, who fired missiles at U.S. warships last month. A father and son both indicted in the mass shooting at a Georgia high school last month. The accused shooter, Colt Gray, charged with 55 counts, including malice murder, felony murder, and aggravated assault.
Police say the 14-year-old boy took a semi-automatic gun into Appalachia High School and fired shots that killed 2 teachers and 2 students. Colt Gray's father, Colin Gray, was also indicted on 29 counts, among them second-degree murder, involuntary manslaughter, and reckless conduct for providing the gun and ammunition his son used and knowing of his son's mental state.
Fox's Gernal Scott, they are both due for arraignment November 21st. New highs on Wall Street, the Dow up 161 at the bell to a record close. America is listening to Fox News.
Life takes a toll on our bodies. No way around it. Whether it's sitting hours on end at your computer or working a physical job, over time, your body pays the price. There is, however, an effective way to turn back the clock on pain. Relief Factor. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor helps support your body's response to inflammation. The difference, instead of masking pain, Relief Factor helps eliminate it for good. And it's 100% drug-free. If the pains that come with living a full life are affecting you, do as so many others have. Turn back the clock on pain with Relief Factor. Their 3-week quick start is just $19.95, less than $1 a day. When you feel good, it's amazing how much more you get out of life. So visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Try it for only $19.95. While we can't stop aging, not yet, we can stop pain. Turn back the clock with Relief Factor.
Man had a giraffe.
I'd have a rhino.
I'd have a rhino, a hippopotamus, and a rhino. I'd have a
manatee pond.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tiger and compound.
I should have taken my picture of me with my stingray that I held up out of the water and my shark that I pictured me holding a shark, too. It's kind of fun. Oh, goodness. Our birthday list includes Gary Puckett. From Gary Puckett in the Union Gap. Gary Puckett is 82. Flounder, do you know? I mean, you probably know. Well, I'm sorry, he was in the back of the room. I shouldn't have dragged you on here. You know Gary Puckett. You know who that is?
Not familiar with the name.
Wow, that's exactly the difference, I think, in that generation.
He had 2 hits.
Well, what hits they were. Reason I mentioned it, Gary Puckett is 82. His 2 hits were Young Girl and Lady Willpower. Both of them about seducing young girls and finally, going all the way and are you ready? And you can't be alone with me. I mean, it's unbelievable. And I'm thinking today you couldn't even sing those songs. And in fact, the other reason I mentioned it is because Gary Puckett's 82. Gary Puckett was my second live concert I ever saw in 1969 when I came back from Vietnam. I was newly married, and it was Arizona State University, and he performed there at Arizona State in 1969, Gary Puckett in the Union Gap, and that was the second concert I'd ever seen. The first one I came back to civilization was kind of cool, and it was great. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, his songs today about seducing young girls and stuff would probably not ever work. Let's see. On this day in history, This was huge. 1777, the turning point of the Revolutionary War. General John Burgoyne surrenders to American troops in Saratoga, New York. It showed the revolutionaries could pummel the superior British redcoats. It lifted the Patriots' morale. It furthered the hope that they could actually win the fight for independence, and it helped secure foreign money and forces to help end the war. The Battle of Saratoga.
And it was mainly won by Benedict Arnold.
Yeah.
And the story in Nathaniel Philbrook's book,
Yes.
Valiant Ambition, that battle had a great story attached to it.
I don't know much about. I looked up these things about the effect that it had, but I really have never looked at the battle itself and what it was like. But again, just put yourself in 1777, fighting for a new country to start, and the British redcoats by the thousands, and the ships in the sea and the harbor, and oh my God.
If you could ever drive around up there in the summer, it is absolutely stunningly beautiful in that part of New York.
Well, it's
Upstate
horse
New York
country.
is beautiful.
Yeah. Saratoga is a racing country, too, and they have almost every weekend in the season, you'll get Saratoga races.
It also houses the largest trailer park I've ever seen in my entire
really?
life.
I don't think I've been to Saratoga before. I played golf up in that area, too.
Whole valley.
Yeah.
Entire
it's
valley.
beautiful. It's a beautiful part of the country. Again, the Adirondacks and a lot of parts of New York State, the Catskills.
Hudson Valley.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cooperstown, Finger Lakes.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, the Headless Horseman and Sleepy Hollow and all that stuff.
Tarrytown.
I've been to the museums over there and all that. Used to take trips on my Harley over places like that. When on the way to Cooperstown and stuff.
But by the way, don't go to Fort Ticonderoga. Don't waste your time because they just decided to close it if they feel like not being there that day. Because we drove out of our way 200 miles and it was in the middle of the week, Tuesday or Wednesday. No, Fort's closed.
Oh man,
yeah, Moose should have told you out front.
Yeah.
Fort's closed.
Golly, we're not really open. John Candy was it?
Sorry, folks, park's closed. Moose out front should have told you.
Fort's closed.
The moose out front should have told you. Yeah, that's my motto. 4:08, a 4 o'clock hour brought to you by our good friends at the home of the Kimmer Safe, Atlanta's Safe House. You need a safe, silly, for, thefts and storage and things and keeping stuff safe and flood. Yeah, got a whole deal. They have a showroom in Ackworth on the web, atlantasafehouse.com. 4:08. By the way, Neil Borch normally joins us on Thursdays. He'll be with us tomorrow. And Shannon Burke will be joining us, I believe, still true, at 5 o'clock. Is that right? Yeah, excellent. Looking forward to that, too. All right, we'll play some sound bites here, Flounder. The interview last night with Brett Baer. And I'm going to throw a curve here. Go out of order. Let's do cut number 3. This was a thing that happened in social media all night long because there has been video now at the funeral of Ethel Kennedy that has been circulating where Joe Biden and former President Barack Hussein Puditat were having kind of a secret meeting, and people could see them having an intense conversation. According to a lip reader, President Biden, a washer daughter, said, "She's not as strong as me," and Obama replied, "That's true." A professional lip reader named Jeremy Freeman says early in the conversation, Joe Biden said, "She's not as strong as me." He said, "I know that's true. We have time." Then Puditat said to Biden, No, that's not on. That's not on." To which Biden responded, And then Puditat said, "I think it's important that we can have some time together. We'll take it at value." Biden appeared to back his predecessor, saying, "Yeah, we'll get there in time." Obama then turned away, said something else to Joe Washer daughter, to which President Crime Family responded, It was at the funeral, and then they were interrupted by Bill Clinton, who looked over at him, gesturing toward the front of the cathedral, saying, "Let's go get some chicks." They said, "Bill, not now, for God's sakes, there are people around." Now, that was one theory about the lip reader. I am here to tell you now the true story. In fact, you can find the video. You have to Google the video. Cut number 3 here, Flounder. Apparently, the Kimmer's hidden secret microphone at the funeral of Ethel Kennedy picked up exactly what the two leaders of the free world were saying together. Cut number 3, sir.
So is Kamala doing okay?
Nope. She's down, Joe. I think they found out that she's retarded, and now we're basically Trump is killing us at the polls. So yes, we're going to lose Joe.
Damn it. Wait. What if I come back to run again?
As candidate?
Yeah.
Well, Let me put it this way, Joe. The only person in this world who is even more retarded than Kamala Harris is basically you. So no, Joe, you're not going back yet.
Shot.
Let's let it all play out. Okay, we'll talk later, Joe.
Okay.
Women looking fine up in here. Now, to see, that was Bill coming in. I mean, just looking for chicks. Again, and by the way, again, that word, the R word in there is a word I do not use, and I tell people who do use it, please don't. I mean, it just, but again, it was in the interest of, clarity and the interest of the freedom and the noise of the truth. We wanted to make sure you heard everything of this kind of people they are. So anyway, there's the true story and what they were actually saying about the funeral. Now, let's do some more sound bites here, Flounder. This is going to be kind of cool. On the debate not debate, it wasn't really a debate. And by the way, I saw the whole damn thing. I took all these notes and left them home. But if you saw it or you didn't see it, let's play cut number 6. They were talking about the Democratic nominee kicking off her grilling by Brett Baer, talking about the immigration issue. Let's do cut number 6 here, Flounder, if you will, sir.
Jocelyn Nungary, Rachel Morin, Laken Riley, they are young women who were brutally assaulted and killed by some of the men who were released at the beginning of the administration, well before a negotiated bipartisan bill. Former President Clinton actually referred to Laken Riley Sunday campaigning for you in Georgia, saying if those men had been properly vetted, Laken Riley probably would not have been killed. So if it wouldn't have happened, this is well before any negotiation. This is well before Donald Trump got involved in the politics. This is a specific policy decision by your administration to release these men into the country. So what I'm saying to you, do you owe those families an apology?
Let me just say, first of all, those are tragic cases. There's no question about that. There's no question about that.
They are tragic.
And I can't imagine
what an observation,
the pain
ladies
that
and
the
gentlemen.
families of those victims have experienced for a loss that should not have occurred.
Why is that
So
again?
that is true.
Yeah.
It is also true that if a border security had actually been passed 9 months ago, it would be 9 months that we would have had more border agents at the border, more support for the
Not
folks
doing
who are
their job.
working around the clock, trying to hold it all together.
Madam Vice President.
To ensure
He's trying.
that no future harm would occur. And this election in 20 days will determine whether we have a president of the United States who actually cares more about fixing a problem, even if it is not to their political advantage in an election. Because there was a solution, Brett.
Madam Vice President, it was a policy decision.
Yeah. Again, when he said the first question was about how many people have come across the border, she refused to answer. I assume she probably had no idea and it wouldn't make any difference anyway. But she never really did answer the question, and he never got specifically to nail her down about it. And she just kept dodging the questions and blaming Trump. Let's do a cut number 7 here, Flounder, as a good example of how she just can't take responsibility for anything.
Frankly, exhausted of Brett.
More than
People are
70% of people
exhausted.
tell the country is on the wrong track. They say the country is on the wrong track. If it's on the wrong track, that track follows 3.5 years of you being vice president and President Biden being president. That is what they're saying, 79% of them. Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that over the last decade,
But you're
people
the
have
lever of
become.
power.
But listen, over the last decade, it is clear to me, and certainly the Republicans who are on stage with me.
We might have played that same one earlier. Let's do number 8, Flounder. I'm sorry. Wait, hold on a second. Let's do number 9. He tried to grill her on specific things, including paying for taxpayers' money over gender reassignment stuff and all the issues on the border, everything else. And she kept still skipping. If you missed it, here's a good example of what we're talking about, Flounder, if you will, sir.
People that look back at what you said in 2019 when you first ran for president, and there have been changes, and you've talked about some of them. When it comes to immigration, you supported allowing immigrants in the country illegally to apply for driver's license, to qualify for free tuition at universities, to be enrolled in free health care. Do you still support those things?
Listen, that was 5 years ago, and I'm very clear that I will follow the law. I have made that statement over and over again, and as Vice President of the United States, that's exactly what I've done, not to mention before.
If that's the case, you chose a running mate, Tim Walz, governor of Minnesota, who signed those very things into state law. So do you support that?
We are very clear,
Is that a yes?
and I am very clear, as is Tim Walz,
Obviously you're
that
not.
we must support and enforce federal law, and that is exactly what we will do.
Again, she didn't answer the question. How do you feel personally about whether that's right or wrong? She said, I'll follow the law. That's not the answer. Anyway, 4:15 with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. One more coming up. We'll have a little fun here. And 404-741-1230 if you'd like to join us, too. Look out. Here we go.
Time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast's premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Well, we're less than 500 hours for people who like to count things away from Election Day, a day when something that should be unthinkable may very well happen, the election of a total empty suit to the office of President of the United States. A couple of takeaways on this. One is, what in the world happened to the Republican Party? Any qualified candidate would be destroying Kamala Harris, including Ron DeSantis, Tim Scott. The list is huge, but somehow the MAGA crowd managed to give us Donald Trump. So here we are. Thankfully, this election means a lot more to you, your children and grandchildren than it does to me. Pretty sure I've outrun almost anything Kamala Harris could do. I'm afraid we're going to find out. But what will happen on day one after the new president is sworn in? Executive orders will fly. Use your imagination. Try to come up with some ideas in what those executive orders will be. Will Harris try to achieve some of her goals instantly, like anti-price gouging laws? A good way to destroy an economy. A president who defies the laws of supply and demand. Maybe a government shutdown on all funds for charter schools. Kamala Harris believes that every child should be educated by the government. What about Trump? I think I know what his first day would be. Shutting the border completely. Something that would be very popular with the American people and could likely be the one thing that puts him in the White House. As for the Queen and I, early January 2025, we'll be plotting our travels in the Bortz bus for the next summer, relaxing on the beach down here in Naples and watching the chaos unfold. 3 words, what a mess. Neil Bortz, XTRA 106.3.
Hey, it's Megan Poole with Southern Exteriors, and it's fall, y'all, and those leaves are starting to drop. Now it's time to get your home ready with Southern Exteriors. Whether it's cleaning out your gutters, adding gutter covers, or both, Southern Exteriors has got you covered. Plus, with any gutter cleaning job, you'll get a free roof inspection, so don't wait. Call Southern Exteriors today at 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on.
Join your Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets on Saturday, October 19th as they take on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, presented by Invesco QQQ.
And the Jackets take over on down.
Hell of a block party driven by Hyundai will take over the Home Depot backyard pregame, including a free concert featuring one of the world's most recognizable DJs, Regard. Tickets start at $80 at ramblinrec.com/tickets. Sting 'em.
As the longest continually operating franchise in Major League Baseball, the Atlanta Braves have plenty of history to share with fans. Tours of Truist Park are offered year-round, and take guests behind the scenes to areas normally off limits during games. With artifacts and exhibits distributed throughout the ballpark, it's a definite must for any Braves or baseball fan. Visit Braves.com/tours to purchase your tickets today. And did you know that along with exclusive tours around the ballpark, you can also host a private event at Truist Park? Corporate meetings, trade shows, team building events, holiday parties, rehearsal dinners, you name it. Truist Park can host it. Their dedicated staff is sure to bring your vision to life. Whether you're looking for a large space or something more intimate for your next event, there's a venue to accommodate your needs. Visit Braves.com/events to see more details. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey, are you paying crazy rates for your health insurance? Call Doug Moore at 770-697-0100. Your health insurance costs shouldn't look like a house payment. Are you tired of having things not covered, like doctor visits, labs, etc.? Doug can help, so call him at 770-697-0100. Doug sells all forms of health insurance. His plans have no deductibles, and you don't have to switch doctors. If you're paying too much for health insurance, Doug can help. He has over 20 years experience. You can go to his website and request a quote. Go to yourchoicehealthplan.net. That's yourchoicehealthplan.net, or call his cell phone at 770-697-0100. Doug can make a plan that you will be able to use. Call 770-697-0100 and he can help. Or go to his website to request a quote, yourchoicehealthplan.net, and contact him. Doug says don't fret. Go to yourchoicehealthplan.net and he can bring rates down. 770-697-0100.
This is a weird entry for a song and always that. Yeah, here it goes. Yeah, that's right. Kimmer, Pete, and Florida, how's it going? Got phone calls coming right up. 421. Excuse me. Was on this day in 2000. A flat in Montague Square, London, once owned by Ringo Starr in the 60s, went on sale for about $700,000. 2 bedrooms, 2-story property. Also was a home for Jimi Hendrix, John and Yoko, and Paul McCartney during the 60s. Same place on sale. 24 years ago. 404-741-1232. Kimmy, you're on the radio. Welcome aboard, babe. How's it going? What's up?
Hey,
All right,
hey, Pete. Hey, Kimmer.
Hi, sweetie.
Hey, Kamala, she reminds me of a rice cake. She's got the personality of a rice cake. There's like...
It's like asbestos.
There's no freaking substance or purpose to the person. It doesn't taste good. It's just nothingness.
There's nothing there. I mean, it's amazing. It's like she couldn't follow her original memorized policy platform comment. I mean, what a disgraceful performance.
I'm telling you what, and then, okay, so there's 2 things that I picked up. Is she's a broken record running on a broken record. Yeah. Okay. So
yeah, good point. What a great way to put it. She is a broken record running on a broken record. Very
Absolutely.
Clever. Well done.
And
yeah.
Another thing is, oh God, I'm going to have a brain fart like you, Kimmer. I'm getting up there.
It's my fault, I'm sure.
Comes natural.
Definitely my fault.
Now I'm like,
this is the show for it.
Drink more water. But when she said the part when she was being questioned, she said, "The President of the United States in the United States of America." Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with her?
Because she can't think. I mean, she literally, her brain is scrambling to try to figure out something to say that makes sense, and she's just not capable. I mean, there are some people who can do this kind of. J.D. Vance is a great example of exactly the opposite. I don't think anyone will ever be able to get the goods on J.D. Vance intellectually in a conversation. He knows what he's doing, and he knows what he's got background, he's got information, he's studied, he knows the subject, he knows. I mean, it's what a difference. What a difference.
Like the Wikipedia should say, sharp as a tack, and show a picture of J.D. Vance, not Biden, when she referred to Biden as smart as a tack.
Yeah, so, unbelievable. In fact, we'll talk about her trying to defend that comment, and she couldn't pull that off either. Unreal.
No,
Kimmy, thank you, sweetie. It's great to talk to you, doll. Thanks. Call often, will you? I appreciate it.
All right, you take care.
Thanks, sweetie. Have a great day. 424 to the phones. Matt's on next. Matt, you're on the radio, man. Welcome aboard. What do you think?
Hey, Kimmer, she just blew a golden opportunity, with the Fox audience to basically show that she wasn't a diptard.
Yeah.
But she just went.
No, that's
she was argumentative.
Yeah.
She was combative. She didn't reassure anybody that if she did by chance get elected, that we would be semi okay. Now I'm just like. it's going to be bad because she is an empty freaking suit.
I'm trying to think whom she might have appealed to last night. And by the way, I don't believe there are many undecided voters. I mean, how could you be undecided about these two different candidates and different policies and everything? But I wonder who she possibly appealed to. And I mean, I don't see anybody. I mean,
right. That's what I was wondering. Who was she? She had an opportunity to reach out to someone, whoever that was, but she just chose to interrupt Brett Baer and be a dork. I get it.
I was thinking to myself, the opportunity. I think you're right about the perfect opportunity. If she had come on last night and said to the first questions for everything, she said, looking back on this stuff, obviously with all that happened, we definitely should have done things differently. And when he said, "Do you regret?" eliminating Donald Trump's stay in Mexico policy was like the first question. She never answered whether she regretted it. She should have said yes. If Kamala Sidepiece had come on last night to Brett Baer and the first question about the border, if she had said, boy, it turned out to be really not exactly what we were hoping for. We tried to have a policy, but it was really, it worked the wrong way. We never should have let Trump sing. We should have left it in place while we tried to get Congress to pass our bill. That's all she had to say is, yeah, it was a shame it happened that way and then she could have said, well, we tried to, blame Trump and Congress for not passing the bill and then get in whether the bill was good or bad. But she had every opportunity to try to differentiate and say, yeah, that was a mistake. It was wrong. We could have done better. There are a lot of ways for her to have distanced herself, and she couldn't do it. She couldn't take responsibility, which to me means she doesn't have any balls. She doesn't have any character.
And she's a lousy poker player because she doesn't know how to double down. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, there you go. Matt, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Again, it was one thing after another. I didn't get my birthday list in here. I feel so bad about this. Our birthday list includes Felicity Jones, naughty little Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the basis of Sex movie. Felicity is 41. She was a star of Rogue One. I don't know what that is. And Stephen Hawking's wife.
Star Wars.
Oh, it is. Oh, Rogue One, Star Wars.
It was good, actually. Good movie. Good movie.
I didn't see any of the later ones. And Stephen Hawking's wife in The Theory of Everything, Felicity Jones, 41 years old today. And on our history list, here we go. 1973. Boy, do I remember this. 1973. Gas lines, baby. OPEC began an oil embargo against several countries, including the United States and Great Britain, for supporting Israel after Syria and Egypt attacked the country a few days earlier. The embargo lasted 5 months. And all of a sudden, in the 70s, you could buy a big four-door Cadillac for about $2,000. You could, but if you tried to buy one of those little Japanese exports, man, they came flying in here. The imports, oh my God! And remember the Chrysler K car? Oh, these piece of crap junk things that were cheap and light and unsafe, but they got gas mileage. And now, I mean, the gas wars from the early 1973, and holy cow! Anyway, that was a time, all right. 428, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Let's play some more sound bites here, Flounder. When they were talking about whether she is sticking to the same position she might have had in the past. Let's see. And I also asked her about Donald Trump and people complaining about, Republicans complaining about the insiders who need to be weeded out and so forth. Got number 10, Flounder, talking about Trump's enemies within. Number 10, sir.
He's the one who talks about an enemy within, talking about the American people, suggesting he would turn the American military on the American people.
No, we asked that question to the former president today, and this is how he responded.
I heard about that. They were saying I was like threatening. I'm not threatening anybody. They're the ones doing the threatening. They do phony investigations. I've been investigated more than Alphonse Capone. He was the greatest gangster. No, it's true. We don't think of it. It's called weaponization of government. It's a terrible thing.
So, Brett, I'm sorry, and with all due respect, that clip was not what he has been saying about the enemy within that he has repeated when he's speaking about the American people. That's not what you just showed.
Well, he was asked about that specific...
No, that's not what you just showed. In all fairness and respect to you...
That was the question that we asked him.
You didn't show that, and here's the bottom line. He has repeated it many times, and you and I both know that. And you and I both know that he has talked about turning the American military on the American people. He has talked about going after people who are engaged in peaceful protest.
Oh, I want her so
He's
bad.
talked about locking people up because they disagree
lock
with
me
him.
up,
This is
baby.
a democracy.
Like you've done.
The President of the United States, in the United States of America, should be willing to be able to handle criticism without saying he'd lock people up for doing it.
What was the general? General Flynn. They've locked up how many people?
How about the January 6th mostly peaceful people walking in the Capitol went to solitary confinement?
The Buffalo guy.
By the hundreds. Yeah, the guy with that buffalo headdress. All he did was
Who
walk
was escorted
by police
escorted
escort.
in.
Yeah, the police showed him what they said, well, check this office too, and opened doors for him. And he went to solitary confinement and then got 3.5 years in prison or something. Finally, a judge said, no, that's stupid. We're letting him go. After people said he didn't do anything. And again, the January, boy, it's going to come out. That phony January 6th committee, they hid the evidence.
Cheney.
They faked everything. They hid the evidence. It wouldn't come out. They didn't want to come out. I mean, all those people should be in jail for violating federal laws and putting together that commission and lying and committing perjury. And for preventing the American people from finding out the truth, by the way.
I said before, if we win this election, we're not coming together. We're coming for you.
No, yeah, absolutely. It's time to split them off. We want to bury them politically. Bury them so they will never breathe politically again. Yeah, revenge. It's a revenge and vengeance tour as far as I'm concerned.
Good.
Nail them. Oh, God, I'm so excited. 4:31.
That's what she said.
Kept repeating flounder. Until she saw me.
40 years ago.
Well, yeah, you know.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the XTRA 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the XTRA 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand and Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions. Each brand brings savory, sweet deliciousness to every meal. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand and your Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Neil Borch here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, cpapsetc.com.
You may know that ATL Turf Co. has become a leader in artificial grass design and installation services, but you may not know that ATL Turf Co. is a large artificial grass distributor. We only sell U.S.-made, premium-name brand turf at factory direct pricing below wholesale. And now we're open to the public with large inventories of lawn and landscape, putting green, athletic, and pet turf on sale. Plus, all remnants are on sale for only $1 per square foot, direct from Dalton to our warehouse in Kennesaw. Visit atlturfco.com to learn more. atlturfco.com.
XTRA 106.3 listeners are falling in love with Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell.
Me and my wife now find our favorite sandwich place. That food over there was great.
Yeah, those rolls are so soft and sweet. I mean, it was just melt in your mouth. It was, and the steak was tender and juicy and flavorful. I can't say enough about it. It was very, very impressive.
It was so good.
Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner. Nucky'sHoagies.com.
Fall is coming quickly, and that means your business is going to have more fall jobs incoming, including leaf and debris challenges. Howard Brothers and Skag have a full lineup of street blowers, including the Skag Windstorm, vacuums, and debris loaders. They're some of the most powerful products in the industry, and they will help you continue to offer premium services to your customers. Don't wait till it's too late to get your equipment ready for the fall. Stop by one of your local Howard Brothers today and find your own Skag equipment for the season. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Skag and Howard Brothers.
If you notice any cracks in your foundation, they're not going to go away. They need to be addressed as soon as possible to reduce additional costs that come with repair. Ramjack is the best company in the industry for repairing your foundation. We have the highest quality products in the nation. So, if you are experiencing foundation problems, please contact us at ramjack.com/Atlanta or call us at 770-502-8881. That's 770-502-8881.
I love this song. That's my favorite part. Coming up. Here we go. Almost. We're going to play until we get to the part. Timber, Pete, and Flounder. Here we go. Stand by. R.E.M., baby. There you go. I am so easily amused. R.E.M. Michael Stipe.
That sounds like Kramer.
1998, Michael Stipe was in the newspaper Daily Star in Britain claiming that R.E.M. singer Michael Stipe had admitted that he was gay. During an MTV interview in America, Michael Stipe was voicing his disgust at the killing of a young gay student in America in 1998. So they said the band's gay. So there you are. Anyway, what's the name of that song? I don't even know the name of that song.
What's the frequency, Kenneth?
Well, that's What's Frequency.
What's the frequency?
Based on Dan Rather being accosted on the sidewalk of New York one day. Boom. Our birthday list includes Grant Shoud. You may not remember the name. He's 64. He played Miles on Murphy Brown, the Murphy Brown TV show. He was that decent kind of guy. Grant Shoud, 64 years old today. And on this day in history... Well, no, I can't find... Oh, I know. I was going to do this. I'm going to do this right now. I did a double research thing. I got to use Mr. Phone here for a second. Yada hooda bum bum. On this day in history in 1931, Al Capone, convicted of tax evasion, one of the most notorious criminals of the United States history, sentenced to 11 years in prison and fined $50,000. And he actually served 8 years, died a powerless recluse in 1947 after spending the rest of his life as an invalid crippled by syphilis. Al Capone was kicked out of school at 14, joined a gang, got his sliced face from a fight, and became known as Scarface. Moved to Chicago, took over for Johnny Torrio's gang for prostitution and especially... what do you call it? Liquor, booze. God, I'm losing it. And very famous for his St. Valentine's Day massacre, killing all his rivals in 1929. Elliot Ness used to break up his stuff, and finally only got him for tax evasion in 1931. And Capone served 8 years and eventually got out and died of syphilis. Good grief. 438, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? 404-741-1230. Oh, hold everything. What a great idea. 438. See, we got all these tweets. And we got Pete Davis sitting there in his silly wool hat, but we got them all together with a thing we like to call Pete's Tweets.
All right. Sophia Patel works for the Labour Party of England.
All right, sir.
Says, I have nearly 100 Labour Party staff going to the U.S. next week to North Carolina, Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. Are they coming to help out North Carolina with hurricane relief?
Sure.
No.
Oh, they're not?
They're coming to basically in the battleground state of North Carolina to go house to house and basically push for Kamala to be elected president of the United States. These are foreigners coming to this country to basically get involved in. So Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who somebody on the station attacked a few days ago, said, hello, UK Labour. You are breaking FEC laws. Foreign nationals are not allowed to be involved in any way in U.S. elections. Please go back to the UK and fix your own mass immigration problems that are ruining your country. See next post for FEC laws.
Outstanding. Yeah, good point, too, by the way. Jeez.
Yeah. I'd arrest every one of them as soon as they hit the ground.
Yeah.
And if you're in North Carolina and you see one of these limeys running about...
After what you've been through?
Do what you need to do.
After what you've been through. Good Lord.
Yeah. Of course, they won't go anywhere near the mountains. They'll be, in up there in North Carolina and Winston-Salem and all the others. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kamala did so badly in the Fox interview that astronaut girl tweeted, "I hope she doesn't beat Doug too bad tonight." CC tweets, "She's burdened by what she's done."
In the past, yes.
Elon Musk tweets that national media outlets really need to get a thesaurus so they stop using the exact same wording in their reports. Here are 3 headlines. First one from CNN. Kamala Harris spars with Fox News anchor in testy interview. NPR headline reads, "Harris interview on Fox gets testy." And the Guardian newspaper, Kamala Harris pledges break from Biden presidency and testy Fox News interview.
They got the memo, I guess.
I mean,
testy.
They're paid actors. That's all they are.
Yeah.
Even Tim Waltz's school shooter friends are disappointed in his gun skills.
Really?
Yeah, it's a meme. That's supposed to be a
I'm
joke.
sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you had a punchline afterward. Sorry.
That's quite all right. Newsmax journalist Mark Halperin predicts if Trump wins the biggest mental health crisis in American history, that will happen. He says there will be workplace fistfights, violent protests from your leftist co-workers. Halperin predicts the violence will be sustained, unprecedented, and hideous. There will be fights at birthday parties, he says. Well, bring it on. I'm strapped even at birthday parties these days.
That's right.
So
Never
looking
won't.
forward to it. Elon Musk also says Rachel Maddow and Mark Cuban remind him of an old lesbian couple from Portland. And wokeness tweets. Bureau of Labor says, "Oop."
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Bureau what now?
Ed Wokeness tweets, Bureau of Labor says, "Oops, we added over 800,000 jobs that didn't exist." FBI says, "Oops, we reported a 2% drop in violent crime, but it was actually a dramatic 5% rise." Media?
Yeah, that's right. Whoops,
Snoring.
We meant to say
Nothing.
up instead of crime down. Good God.
Greg Price tweets, 60 million people saw David Muir say to President Trump during the debate, "The FBI says crime is down in America." A month later, the FBI admits that crime rose under Kamala Harris. It wouldn't be an election cycle without the FBI committing election interference with full compliance from the media.
Boy, isn't that a shame, too. I mean, think about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
How many times have they been caught?
Yeah. Great Bill Tush, comic and broadcasting genius from the glory days of WTCG, Channel 17. Bill now runs the coolest movie theater in Atlanta, the Springs Cinema and Tap House, right off Roswell Road in Sandy Springs. I went there many a time. I lived around the corner.
Outstanding.
Great place.
Outstanding.
Speaking of broadcasters, Glenn Burns says we usually don't have our first frost until at least November 11th. Winter has come early this year, my friend.
Yeah.
The temperature, Cara says the temperature went from 90 to 55 like it saw a state trooper. Billie Jean King is hoping you'll vote for Kamala like she is. So Riley Gaines tweeted, "Isn't it ironic that we have Billie Jean King to thank for the passage of Title IX and now for its total abolition?"
You cut out. Now for its total abolition or...
abolition.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah. Babylon Bee headline. ABC News argues 9/11 overblown as it was only a handful of buildings.
Oh, man. What a good point.
And there's tweets.
Pete's tweets. Well done, sir. 444 with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. Well, let's keep one more thing going. This was kind of funny. In case you've forgotten how much of an idiot Vice President Shifless actually is. I got a Facebook message, but cut number 1 here, Flounder. I got a Facebook message from Jason with one of the side pieces' famous baby talk stories. When you start hearing this, you'll remember the story she told. She's so proud of how she just giggle laughs through all these ridiculous little stupid stories of her. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you Vice President Shifless and Lazy as Jerry Seinfeld, sir.
So you know how those lids are, because this is, well, I'm just going to speak, okay? So this is it. So you know how those lids on the Starbucks cups, they're white, right? And so if you wear lipstick, they get all over the lid. And so then I find myself in meetings if I'm the only woman, and that's kind of it. So I keep taking the lid off and having my cup out so that I don't have that big lipstick mark on the lid. So I said, can we do something about the color of the lid?
Oh, my God.
So that was that conversation.
Can we do something about the color of the lids on the coffee cups? Yeah, we probably could. Oh, my God. This is stuff she did for years. There must be hours of this stuff we can put together. And she wants to be your latex salesman. Let's do, it's 4:45. When we come back, we'll have some more about the Bret Baier thing, whether she thinks that it was okay that she was covering for the mental decline of President Disgraco. And we'll get to that and a lot more. Plus some girls' stuff. Donald Trump was on Univision. He did another town hall. I didn't even know. He did another one last night on Univision. I mean, the man's everywhere, and they say he's been hiding, and he's like Joe Biden. Oh, my God. All right, it's coming, a lot of stuff. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 4:45 already. Holy cow.
Tuesday the 5th, we decide the future of America. And Extra 106.3 is live and commercial-free all night with unmatched coverage of the 2024 presidential election.
Trust Extra 106.3 to be the voice you need right now.
The entire Extra staff is live starting after the Kimmer Show at 6 p.m. with Tug, Rhino, Los, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder all live together on the air, live on YouTube, and streaming on the Extra app. Plus some of the biggest local and national voices sounding in on the results in real time, including the Talkmaster Neil Bortz, Janelle and Calvin King, Joey Jones, and many more. The best election night conversation and your calls all night until a winner is declared. All live on the Extra 106.3 app, streaming live on YouTube and over the air on the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM.
The end of the year is closing in, and with it, another tax year comes to an end. As you prepare to file your taxes, consider the efficiency of your tax strategy. Have you maximized your IRA and Roth contributions? Do you have an RMD strategy in place? Are you making moves now to maximize your future tax-free income? Not only is the year-end fast approaching, but the 2017 tax cuts sunset at the end of 2025, placing many Americans in a higher tax bracket. Don't just report your taxes, plan for them. Contact Master Plan Retirement Consultants now to create a retirement plan specifically designed for you. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation where we can illustrate your retirement outlook and create a plan together for your future. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Have you considered securing your family's future, protecting your hard-earned assets, navigating complex legal matters with ease? Nelson Elder Care Law is here to guide and empower you and your loved ones. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust and expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid crisis solutions, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, Nelson Elder Care Law protects what matters most to you. Imagine a team dedicated to safeguarding your legacy every step of the way. Our flat fees ensure transparency, and our customized plans prioritize your family's specific needs. Are you worried about protecting your family and your legacy after you're gone? Let us help you ensure you're absolutely protected from whatever curveballs life may throw your way. Schedule a complimentary legacy planning meeting with our legal team in Marietta or Woodstock today. Contact us at 678-250-9355 or visit at nelsoneldercarelaw.com.
Hurricane Helene, a chemical plant fire, port strikes, Iranian attacks. These recent events remind us how critical it is to be prepared. While panic buying has led to shortages of some products, True Prep still has inventory on hand, with more arriving soon. Don't wait until disaster strikes. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow. And if you're unsure where to start, True Prep's knowledgeable staff is here to assist. Visit True Prep in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com.
As an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, the Warrior Alliance connects warriors and their families to free services such as health and wellness, housing, employment, education, legal services, and so much more. We need your financial support to increase our impact and change thousands of lives for those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. It takes more than just thank you for your service. Make a donation to help warriors navigate to success after service. Go to thewarrioralliance.org/donate and make a difference today.
I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but the cold air is coming fast. That means a couple different things to me and you. Energy bills will be rising and company coming over for the holidays. Dan Watkins here with all Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows. It's time to get your house ready for the winter air and your holiday visitors. The good news is that we have you covered for every opening in your home. So call us today to set up a free estimate with one of our amazing sales consultants. They'll help you pick out the perfect garage door, front door, and windows for your home.
The big wireless carriers want to limit you to two choices when it comes to data: unlimited or unlimited. And guess what? Both are stupidly expensive. Stop overpaying for data you will never use. That's like paying for a pot of coffee when you only need a cup, or filling your entire truck bed full of gas when you only need a tank. With Pure Talk, you get to choose how much data you actually want. Listen to this. For just $25 a month, get unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigs of data, which is more than enough, plus mobile hotspot. Stop overpaying for wireless and get America's best 5G coverage with Pure Talk. Dial pound 250 and say the keyword Pure Talk. Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will make switching easy. There's no contract, no activation fee. You can even keep your phone and your number. Dial pound 250 and say Pure Talk, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
You're supposed to wait till after the commercial. Oh, well. Look out, here we go. 4:51, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and Sting, baby. Happy Thursday. Freaking Thursday. Shannon Burke's coming up. It's almost 5 o'clock, my God. 4:51. No, I don't know that. We'll play those songs. I don't know the song.
In my opinion, he was much better with the Police.
Yeah, I liked him with I liked a lot of Police songs.
He had a few good hits.
Yeah, I like a lot of Police songs.
He had a few good solo hits.
In 1995, Sting's former accountant, Keith Moore, was sentenced to 6 years in jail, found guilty of embezzling about $8 million from Sting's bank accounts. He had 108 bank accounts. The guy was stealing money. That's how he could get away with it, apparently. Our birthday list includes a really cool actor, and I had no idea until I saw the real serious show, the series he was in. Michael McKean. Michael McKean is 77. He was Lenny on Laverne and Shirley. In Spinal Tap, the lead singer guitarist David St. Hubbins. He was in Coneheads, Best in Show, Mighty Wind. But I remember him also for a totally different thing, Better Call Saul, as the lawyer and the older brother. That was a really good role and a hell of a series. I wish they'd bring that back or something. I don't know. Anyway, Michael McKean is 77 years old. And on this day in history, a couple of musical things. On this day in 1987, Lost in Emotion by Lisa and Cult Jam hit number 1. In 1987 and 1990, the Judds announced that Naomi Judge's retirement from country music would be due to chronic hepatitis. And she was done performing. 4:53, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. By the way, can I say a quick, everything okay?
Yeah, who were those Marines you were with?
In fact, I don't know. I'm sitting here in the studio and I'm doing my stuff, and all of a sudden I see 3 dress. Oh, it was on video. Cool. Did they post it? Yeah. There you go. Bella and Miss Amanda were out, and so I was just hanging around. All of a sudden, these 3 jarheads were out there in their dress blues. I'm thinking, oh my God! And I start banging on the window. In fact, I don't even know what they were here for. Fly, do you have any idea?
They may have something to do with the Wounded Warrior program, because I know we work with them directly, and they're also in the building. So
the
possibly
Warriors Alliance downstairs.
Yeah, Warriors Alliance. I'm sorry.
And by the way, they left me a little bag of stuff. I went out there to say howdy and stuff and everything. And they said they'd never heard of me, but they didn't know me from it, which is fine. But they were really, really cool about it. And they left me a bag of stuff, a little swag. Is it swag? Is that what you call it? It's a Marine Corps bag. This thing's really cool. And look at this. I'll just show you this real fast. Here is a Pain is Weakness, Leaving the Body, MarineCorps.com right here. That's one with a little top on it. I'm almost done. I swear to God, I won't spend a lot of time on this. I just get excited. It's a present. And here's another one of the different style of Marine Corps right there.
That's a coffee mug right there.
Coffee mug. It's a big one right there. Also, some swag stuff. If I can get out. Oh, we got pencils and pens and a card and everything from Marine Corps stuff. Anyway, thank you, guys. Oh, these are beauties, too. Those are beautiful things in there. Oh, my God. Oh, there's 5 of them, 10 of them. All right, hold on. All right, I'm done. Thank you, guys. Hoorah, Semper Fi, you beautiful bastards. United States Marine Corps. Remember, there's no goofing around. The Marine Corps is the one that's not having a problem trying to get people people to join, because the only reason you want to join the Marines is to kill people or break things. I swear to God, that's the freaking mission. And when maybe this administration goes and the entire military starts getting back to the actual duties they should be performing, maybe it'll be a different story whether you can recommend somebody joining these days. But if you want to do anything, join the Marines, because they're not fooling around. At least not. So far, we're okay. Anyway, all right. 4:55. Flounder, let's play another soundbite from last night. How about cut number 8? Brett Baer last night with her. And again, if you missed it, you really missed. I mean, it was embarrassing. This word salad, and he tried to follow up. I kept notes 23 times when I left at home, my notes home. But I remember he did 23 times he tried to follow up questions, and it still never worked. Here's play cut number 8 when they were talking about Biden's mental decline and what she has to say about covering that up, sir. Number 8.
When did you first notice that President Biden's mental faculties appeared diminished?
Joe Biden, I have watched from the Oval Office to the Situation Room, and he has the judgment and the experience to do exactly what he has done in making very important decisions on behalf of the American people.
There were no concerns raised?
Brett, Joe Biden is not on the ballot.
I understand.
And Donald Trump
but
is.
You talked about it.
And Donald Trump
After George Clooney said within a few minutes of talking to President Biden at a fundraiser that he thought this was not the same Joe Biden that we saw on the debate stage.
Donald Trump is on the ballot.
I understand.
Donald Trump.
You met with him at least once a week for 3.5 years. You didn't have any concerns?
I think the American people have a concern about Donald Trump, which is why the people who know him best, including leaders of our national security.
The whole thing was like that. And again, Brett, God bless him.
That's all she has.
He had 9 interrupted to try to get her to. I mean, it was just, that's it. She can't go below the level of the word salad. She doesn't have any way of an argument because she has nothing to use in the argument. I mean, she covered up. The bottom line is they all hit it. And by the way, in fact, frankly, I think, I would have said this. Honest to God, I think if I was trying to be her under her reputation, I think if she had said something like, for example, well, you know what? Let's stop picking on Joe Biden. This guy has done something for the party and frankly, when things are going on, I'm not going to be here to start bashing the president of the United States who's done such a job. And everybody knows what's going on here, that it's time for a change. And so we're doing it, and I'm proud to have served with him, and I'm not going to sit here and stab the man in the back because you're criticizing him for his possible mental decline. Boom! So anything to acknowledge the fact that it's a freaking issue. I mean, if she had just acknowledged, that was wrong, or this we could have done better. If she had just said, we could have done better a couple of times. I mean, it's unbelievable. What a freaking idiot. God, just honestly, I mean, I don't know anything, and I'm the worst speaker in the history of the world. I'm the worst public speaker in American history, truly. But even I know little things like that would have been better. I mean, my God. Anyway, I don't know. 4:58. Give her Pete and Flounder.
I'm actually connected to Shannon on that computer, so I can't do my Flounders funnies until after we.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right.
Because I should have connected to him right at 5.
It doesn't matter. It's no big deal. We'll continue here. By the way, our number is 404-741-1230, 1230. Shannon Burke joins us in a couple of minutes. Excuse me. It's 4:58. So let me ask you this then, Carmela. You met with him. If he's sharp as a tack, this is the other thing that I wish Brett had responded to. If he is so sharp as a tack all this time, and you say he can handle all these issues, then how come he's not on the ballot?
Right.
If he hasn't lost anything and he's still the guy and he's, it was your leader, why isn't he still on the ballot? I mean, that's a pretty simple question. Why isn't he still on the ballot? Even then, she could have said, well, to show his support for America. I mean, she could have come up with a lot of things. But again, she doesn't have the skill. It's just, it's embarrassing. We've never had a candidate like this, honestly, that I remember in my history.
As dumb as this.
Just unworthy. I mean, it's not. She's obviously not stupid, but she doesn't have the kind of brain that you should have to be a president, to be able to counter arguments and talk to world leaders without just doing word salad. She can't talk to world leaders and debate and argue and negotiate with these people. God, she couldn't do it with Brett Baer on TV. And her staff had to keep trying to get her off. We'll talk more about that coming up, too. Shannon Burke joins us next, 5 o'clock. Give her Pete Flounder and the Burkinator down in Florida. Look out, here we go.
W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
Now's the time to move on. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. That from President Biden just arriving in Germany and reacting to the death of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar.
Good day for the world.
Calling it a good day for the world and telling reporters he called Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to congratulate him hours after Sinwar was killed by Israeli forces in Gaza.
This was not an advanced intelligence operation or an elite military unit that was on the ground operating to go after Sinwar. These were soldiers from a training brigade, Battalion 450.
Fox's Trey Yingst reports that same battalion had responded to the October 7th attacks. Prime Minister Netanyahu says the war isn't over, reaffirming the goal of getting remaining hostages released.
This moment gives us an opportunity to finally end the war in Gaza.
Vice President Kamala Harris says it also sends a message
to any terrorist who kills Americans, threatens the American people, or threatens our troops or our interests. Know this, we will always bring you to justice.
The Pentagon says U.S. forces did not have direct involvement in Sinwar's death, but that a small number of special operations forces have been advising the Israelis on hostage recovery. Harris's statement on Sinwar came in between campaign events in Wisconsin, including one with billionaire Mark Cuban, while Elon Musk makes stops in Pennsylvania, trying to get out the early vote for former President Trump.
What he's done is said that if you want to come to one of these events, you've got to fill out a petition, say that you support the First and Second Amendment. Hadn't said anything about the rest of the Constitution, but First and Second Amendment, and then you have to have it voted already.
Fox Business's Jeff Flock at a high school outside Philadelphia. Trump is in New York for an annual dinner event that mixes politics and charity. Harris is sending a video message. America is listening to Fox News.
Life takes a toll on our bodies. No way around it. Whether it's sitting hours on end at your computer or working a physical job, over time, your body pays the price. There is, however, an effective way to turn back the clock on pain. Relief Factor. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor helps support your body's response to inflammation. The difference, instead of masking pain, Relief Factor helps eliminate it for good. And it's 100% drug-free. If the pains that come with living a full life are affecting you, do as so many others have. Turn back the clock on pain with Relief Factor. Their 3-week quick start is just $19.95, less than $1 a day. When you feel good, it's amazing how much more you get out of life. So visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Try it for only $19.95. While we can't stop aging, not yet. We can stop pain. Turn back the clock with Relief Factor.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of flank. Ready on your dog. Target. First one to the rear. Road guards out. Look out. Stand by. It's only me with Pete Davis and Flounder 504. And any moment now, we'll be connecting with Men Country Radio style boys down in Florida. It's Shannon Burke. Shannon Burke. Anyway, Shannon Burke. How's it going, man? How are you?
Pete, how you guys doing, Flounder? What's happening?
Well, we're on the right side of the grass. We're wondering about you down in Florida. How's your storm after damage and stuff? How you doing? What's going on?
But first, I was brought up in a middle-class family.
Yeah, to me, you and me too.
I know what hard work is like, and I watch my mouth. We got wind and rain here, and we're without power for a while, and some tree branch cleanup to do, but we were fine.
Good.
We were fine.
Excellent. So how's it going? What's up?
You guys got some of it, didn't you?
Yeah, we got some bad weather.
Valdosta got the big portion
Southern
of it
Georgia.
in Georgia,
Got
yeah.
Some pretty bad stuff, yeah.
Well, we were chatting about last night's break. What's the verdict there? You guys think it's a zero value to her, or does she? Or does it hurt her?
We were talking earlier a little while ago. I don't know who it helped. I don't know. I don't know anybody who might have been a target at her performance last night that she captured. I don't know what good it did for anybody. I can't imagine a segment of the population that thought, boy, I'm sure glad I saw this because now I know who to vote for. You know what I mean? I don't. And she blew every single opportunity. If she had just said, boy, yeah, that was a mistake. As it turns out, we wish you'd done that differently. Or, boy, if we'd only done something. If she had just admitted some responsibility saying, yeah, we could have done that better. Oh, my God. There are people who said, well, at least she realizes it, so now we can move forward or something. Nothing. She did nothing. I mean, the woman has no lower level of intellect to be able to argue a point because she has no facts and she doesn't know anything. I mean, she couldn't handle herself. It was unbelievable.
She had an opportunity there to separate herself from Joe Biden by saying, you know what, that has been something this administration did. I think we did wrong, and I'm going to do better, or I'm going to reverse it. And she might have there's a ratio of how her interviews or public speaking and her falling numbers, and it seems like the more she speaks, the lower the numbers go. Meanwhile, everyone's clamoring for her to appear more. So.
Well, the first thing I thought was, and I think the social media did the same thing. I took a bunch of social media reaction photos here from last night. My first reaction was, well, there goes a chance of having her on Joe Rogan. I can't imagine that her staff would want her to spend 3 hours on a podcast with Joe Rogan, let alone even 15 or 20 minutes. Maybe not. Maybe he'll kiss her butt or something. I don't know. But holy cow. And again, you saw the story, I'm sure, about how her Brett Baer saying, man, her staff was trying to get her off of there. They showed up late. They tried to cut it down to nothing, and they were screaming and yelling to stop, and we had to go. I mean, that's unbelievable. These shiftless, lazy, freaking grease spots. I mean, there's despicable people. God.
Well, how do you really feel about it?
I got a cheer down here or something. I don't know.
She was combative and agitated and rude and over talking, and she couldn't be. She didn't want to be redirected because he tried to get back. Hey, the question was this, not what you're talking about right now. Yeah. Word salad. That's the best she can do, guys. I really do think that she prepared for this. It was not a friendly interview, and she knew she was going to have some stones thrown at her, and that was her preparation. Talk. Don't let him ask the question again.
And everything was Trump. Everything came back to Trump. His first question, which was exactly the way to do it, was on the border and the illegal immigrants coming in and so forth. And she dodged everything about it and immediately said, the first thing we did was to try to get a bill passed about da-da-da-da-da. That's not the first thing they did. The first thing they did was open the border. The first thing they did his first question was, do you regret, yes or no question, do you regret removing Donald Trump's stay in Mexico order? And she said, the first thing we did, she didn't answer the question. She said, the first thing we did was to try to pass a bill. She never answered the question. And the question, she should have said, yeah, we should have left that in place while we tried to get Congress to cooperate because of those damn Republicans. She could, even if she said that, people would have said, well, okay, at least she took some responsibility and there would have been a better way distinguishing herself from Biden. She couldn't do it.
Yeah.
She couldn't do it.
They won't allow her to. I don't know why. Because she's not.
It's stupid. She's trying to appeal to people who didn't want Biden. I can't believe it. A total failure. She does not have the mental capabilities of pulling this off.
I don't think so either, but I do think that the tide is beginning to turn a little bit, and the more she talks, the lower her numbers go.
Yeah.
I'm sure you heard and saw J.D. Vance school Martha Raddatz on the handful of apartment complexes.
Oh my God. I mean, in fact, I was making a point earlier, Shannon. Now you're going to begin this totally. The difference between Carmela Sidepiece, who is the vice president, being grilled and questioned about answers that she can't possibly come up with and give. Compare that to J.D. Vance. Every time they try to, and nobody tried to nail, no one's ever tried to really nail with hard questions Carmela. Everybody always tries to nail J.D. Vance with hard questions and follow-ups. Yeah, but kind of stuff. And he gets them back every single time. The man is exactly what she failed to be last night. J.D. Vance cannot be tripped up. He's too
smart. He's too quick-witted. He knows what he's doing. That's what you want for a freaking political leader to take on opposing, guys from China and North Korea and Russia. My God! Instead of this word salad, J.D. School. I mean, it was perfect. It was. Are you listening to yourself, Martha?
What I think is even more revealing is that I'm sure Martha Raddatz represents a wider swath of media.
Yeah.
That are okay with just a handful of these complexes being run by a violent human trafficking, drug dealing gang. But now there's more in San Antonio that have been revealed, and they're run by the same trendy Agua people. I don't.
They have to have a place to do their crime, Shannon. You can't just keep people from doing what they do. This is who they are. You can't deny their own identity. My God, man.
Speaking of crime, how about the...
Yeah, and by the way, thank God Trump said, when they asked him about it, Trump says, you know what? Sanctuary cities are gone. When I'm president again, no more sanctuary cities. Pow, boom, it's over. Duh.
Yeah, no kidding. Sinwar death. I'm sure they're set free Palestine people. And apparently, Eric was reading earlier that after Kamala, they chose her to come out and make the official statement.
Yeah, I saw that. What a joke.
It's in a weird manner. She can't be somber, but apparently she's taken a lot of heat because she said that justice was done when this great man, this great leader was killed.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And by the way, we were joking earlier. This guy they just got, the Jan Marson and the Campbell Pumper, was the second guy. He was the guy to replace the guy Ismail Hanalala, which they killed back in July. So between July, they had the death of the head Hamas guy. Now they killed the new head of the Hamas guy. How'd you like to be the announced name of the number 3 new Hamas guy, Hamas chief announced in Palestine? How'd you like to be that guy? Say, no, it's fine, I'll pass.
Young Muslims are lining up to get that job?
I don't think they're going to put that on their resume, really. No, I'm good, thank you. I'll be a helper. I'll be a real good helper.
Someone out there wants it.
Oh,
I just
Lord.
think it's so funny. She's got to be, up to this election.
Trying
she's got
to make her look like she's in charge of the. Yeah. Now we need a ceasefire and to get the hostages back, like she knows what the hell she's talking. She couldn't find the Gaza Strip on a freaking map. I guarantee you, if you had a map with no names on it, she couldn't pick the right quadrant.
She did say that in an earlier interview, she said that there's nothing left, and there's no reason to fight in Rafah because there's nothing left of Rafah. And then she goes, I've studied the maps. Well, that's where they found them.
That's where they got him. Yeah.
Studied the maps, though, Kemmer.
Yeah. Yeah, sure you did. Oh, my God. What a joke. What a disgrace.
Pete with you today?
I'm sorry?
Pete with you today?
He's very much right here, having fun with us, absolutely, as always, absolutely.
Do you think, Pete, we were just talking here in the break, Tom Brady, now that he owns a hunk of the Raiders, you think he stays in the booth because he won't be able to say anything?
I think he's gotten better in the booth. Everybody's thinking that every week he sees we get a little better and better. I think he's taken to it. I think he likes this, but he's also going to like being an owner. He loves that.
But because he's an owner, he's so restricted on the air, he won't be able to be critical of the staff, the refs. He won't be able to be critical of the referee staff. He can't be critical of other teams. And I don't know how you make a living in the booth with all those, you're practically muzzled.
He can't even do production meetings.
He can't go to production meetings.
He's not permitted to be in another team's facility. He cannot attend another team's.
Is that correct? I had no idea.
Yeah.
He's Tom Brady. That's all the NFL cares about. He's Tom Brady, and that's all they want.
Yeah.
He can't do any production meetings with other teams' coaches or players.
Really?
Like every other reporter or anchor guy or sports guy would be able to do, and oh my God, he's the only one kicked out of the room. I'll be darned. I did not know that.
It would be like Kimmer being told you can't make up funny nicknames for political people.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, mercy.
Look at the bright side of having a violent Venezuelan gang in your apartment complex is you'd probably be able to trade sex for your kid's Spanish tutor.
Oh, man. It's definitely one way to look at it. Oh, mercy. I love it. These people, you can't believe these freaking Democrats. I mean, they're trying to justify Venezuelan gangs taking over apartment complexes in America. I mean, the very idea that everybody isn't outraged.
Well, hey, 9/11 was just a handful of buildings too.
Yeah, so Babylon Bee. It was only like four buildings. God.
Well, it just takes the cloak off of the fact that they don't give a rat's ass about some family, that lives in an apartment complex trying to raise their family, and next door some tattooed Tren de Aragua guys with AKs move in and start selling coke.
Yeah, I know. That's just
because Martha Raddatz lives in a $2 million mansion in Arlington, Virginia. She'll never see those people.
Ever.
Yeah.
Never. You're right. Good point.
Love it.
What do you think's happening at CBS these days?
Well, now there's an organization actually calling for an investigation. CBS isn't going to do anything about this. They used to have an ombudsman or something, and I don't know whether that's a part of anything anymore. I don't think anybody's ever had. I don't think anybody does that anymore. It's all woke. An ombudsman would be fired. And in fact, that somebody fired the DEI director got fired because he was, the DEI director got fired the manager of this business because he was promoting people based on their qualifications, not their DEI
Oregon.
stuff. Yeah, in Oregon. Yeah, that's what it was. And he lost his job because he did them based on their qualifications and not their DEI issues, genders and stuff.
The major shareholder of Paramount Global, that CBS's partner is, she thinks that that whole hoopla over what's his name, Tony Koroluki, something.
I don't remember. Yeah.
He took Tahi-Nisi to task, in his stance about Israel, and because of that, they were calling in a mental health professional to help the staff because how dare?
Oh my God! I mean, it's a CBS. I mean, even Walter Cronkite, the old fart socialist, would be outraged by this. Edward R. Murrow, KB Kaltenborn, or whatever those guys, and all those guys from I mean, holy cow! This is disgraceful. Mike Wallace, I mean, geez.
The hack job they did on the Speaker Johnson's answer to the question of the hurricane, it was despicable. I mean, it's the second time in as many weeks that they've managed to shave down someone's interview without their knowledge.
Yeah, after the interview, the fake soundbites the interview, and what they did to Mike Johnson. I mean, it's right there. The evidence right there. The CBS network is trying to help a Democrat be elected president of the United States. That's election interference. And everybody knows it, and they're going to get away with it, and there's nothing we can do. They don't have a FCC license. It's it's not. Well, CBS does, but or the the TV stations do, but they're going to get away with it. They're not going to do squat. They're not going to investigate this.
Show of hands, or 1 to 10, on your general feeling there in the studio of how the election's going now for Donald Trump.
Honestly, and I'm always wrong, so I hate to say it, but I think it's an 8. I think 8 out of 10 he's going to win. I can't imagine that even just the last couple of appearances by her could do anything but tell people either. I think people who are kind of wishy-washy are going to say, "Oh my God," just get so pathetic about it they're not going to vote. The only hope is that the Democrats who are upset about everything are just going to stay home, because there are more Democrats than Republicans in America, and if they all turn out because they hate Donald Trump so much, then not only will she win, every Democratic senator and Democratic congressman and Democratic governor and Democratic state legislature is going to win too. So that's what scares the crap out of me. But I think at this moment, I say Trump 80% chance, 80-20 winning.
Pete?
You don't want to know because I've been wrong since 2008 on every presidential election. So,
Flounder, how you feel about it?
I think Trump takes it because I just think the average person going to the store, trying to buy a home, just doing everyday life was better under him, whether he's a big mouth or not.
Have we seen our October surprise yet, or no?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. This stuff about Waltz being why he was really fired from that high school. I think that something could come out more with that.
Yeah, did you talk about that, Shannon? The story was that there was a post where a guy said that he'd been sleeping with a boy student when in high school and that they knew about it, and there were several cases when he was at a strip club in Vegas and spent the night with another guy or something. I mean, there was all kinds of allegations, and it was that one event that came out, the one social media post, and then it disappeared, and I haven't heard anything else, so I don't know whether it was just
I haven't heard anything either. I did read that. We talked about it a little bit, in full disclosure, we don't know if it's real, but here it is, blah, blah, blah.
The one thing I noticed, though, when people noticed on Twitter is the guy who was posting it, he never got a community notes.
I don't know what that means.
They never fact check. You know how usually if someone says something on Twitter, they come by with community notes noting where it fact checked? That never happened to any of his posts.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm still surprised nobody seems to give a damn that this false Walsh tampon Tim. How come that's not even coming up again? I watched tampons in the boys' rooms? That alone disqualifies him. The fact that he's a phony warrior with a gun in war that never happened, a liar, a coward, a traitor as far as I'm concerned, turning his back on his troops when he was supposed to be leading them into war, and he stopped, and he lied about guns and war. I mean, there's like three things right there. You're out. You're done. Oh, my God.
Wasn't that a hit for Brownsville Station? Tampons in the boys' room?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. He could take credit for that. I mean, seriously, how could you elect this man?
I don't know. I think a lot of people would love to. I hear his testosterone level is 8.
Yeah, the Babylon Bee had a picture of him, standing on a chair waiting for his wife to come home to kill that spider. Did you see him try to put a shell in a shotgun that he suppostly owned on his? Oh my God!
Tampons.
Please, you're killing me.
Trevor and the boys at XTRA 106.3. Always a good time, guys. Thank you very much.
Great to talk to you as always. Hi to everybody, and have a great day down there in Florida.
All right.
Thanks, Shannon Burke. 521, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. And we got Holy Crap in Sports on our 5 o'clock hour, sponsored by Lee Brandt Jewelers. Luxury jewelry and watches affordable. Drop by their store in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com. It's 521 and Holy Crap in Sports with Pete Davis.
The Falcons have elevated Nate Landman to full participant in practice today.
Good.
Justin Simmons partially played, but Troy Anderson missed his second straight day in Flowery Branch. They're getting ready for the Seahawks in the Benz on Sunday. And did you know the Falcons have blitzed 83 times so far this season?
Whoa.
How many times did they sack the quarterback?
7.
Lower.
Oh, I was hoping to be like 20. Well, I don't even want to play now.
You're an optimist. 5 times.
Out of 80? No, that's not good there.
That's the lowest total in the NFL.
Yeah, well, that's not.
The Browns have told the city of Cleveland no thanks about renovating their current stadium, which isn't even 30 years old. The team wants to move to a new domed facility in the suburbs.
Oh, really?
So it's 1960s all over again. Let's move to the burbs, lady.
Yeah.
Broncos visit the Saints tonight on Thursday Night Football. You going to watch the game?
Well, I don't have that app on my watch, or they have the fingernail
That's
app.
Right.
Yeah, here
Amazon.
Give me a
you don't have
break.
Amazon.
How could you not want people to watch a freaking NFL? Screw you then, NFL. You can eat me. How about that?
Alrighty. Former Yellow Jackets and now Super Bowl winning Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker has created a political PAC called Upright PAC that'll help strengthen traditional values. The Associated Press did their typical limp attack, acting like it was something heinous, which ESPN reposted on their website because they feel the same way. But Kansas City team owner Clark Hunt says he has no problem with it.
Well, so apparently, I guess he's trying to get people to respect their wives, respect their marriage, and respect God, and do the right thing and live by the code of excellence. I could see where people would say that was some kind of fascism and horrible. Who could be against it? You may not want to live your life that way, but how could you be against somebody saying, I love my wife and my family, and I'm going to try to always do the right thing? Duh. What the hell?
How dare he didn't slap her, then make her abort the baby?
Seriously.
I mean, how dare you?
Jeez.
Anyway. The Baltimore police have issued an arrest warrant for 24-year-old John Callis, the idiot in the Ravens jersey filmed beating up Commanders fans. Oh. John stomped the streets after a Ravens win, screaming, I don't effing lose. You sure about that? You sure about that?
I am absolutely positive of
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Damn it. Well, a man's got stuff to do in there.
Well, okay. The guest picker on ESPN's College Game Day this Saturday in Austin for the Georgia-Texas game will be two-time Masters winner Scotty Scheffler.
Oh, cool.
And that show starts early. I hope Scotty gets there before traffic backs up.
In the dark, yeah.
Either way, I'm sure there's going to be a nice traffic police officer there to point him in the right direction.
After what happened, yes, outstanding.
Flounder found Barstool Sports top 10 tailgating towns in college football.
Oh, really?
For what Carol Merrill has behind door number 3, Kimmer.
All right, sir.
What college town is number 1?
Wow. It's probably not Georgia. It's probably someplace like in Ole Miss or Alabama or someplace.
Close.
Yeah, you're getting close.
You
I
live
don't agree
there.
with it, but it's pretty good.
Well,
South of Ole Miss, southwest of Alabama.
Well, that would be Abilene, Texas, right there. No, that wouldn't be right.
Oh my
That
God, Kamala!
Wrong way.
Don't ever talk about her.
I checked the maps,
and
buddy.
stuff.
Well, Texas is southwest of Mississippi.
So is Baton Rouge. You used to live in Louisiana, for God's sake.
LSU. They just did a story
Anyway,
on LSU. I should have known that.
That's a place where you got that great deal on the mortgage there in the
That's right.
cul-de-sac. Well, we keep
That
moving.
has really made me a really happy man.
LSU is first. Athens is second.
Oh,
University Park. Where's University Park?
Maryland, I think, isn't it?
Penn State.
Penn State. Sorry. Penn
Or is it
State's number
Maryland?
3 for tailgating? Wow.
Are they saying that Columbia, Maryland is... Are you kidding me?
No.
Have you ever been there?
No, I can't be
whatever.
right. Wow.
Because Columbia, South Carolina is 4th, which I can't... I know they have the cabooses there and everything, but please, you're still in Columbia, South Carolina, the armpit of the South. Oxford is 5th. That's Ole Miss. Piscataway. What school is in Piscataway?
Oh, boy. I don't know.
New Jersey.
Is it? New Jersey? What school? Oh, Rutgers?
Rutgers.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
Rutgers.
I'll be damned. Huh.
Tuscaloosa is 7th, South Bend 8th, Columbus, Ohio 9th, and Ann Arbor 10th. I don't see East Lansing anywhere on this
No,
list.
that wouldn't be there. We're just kind of mild, a little more mild.
You're serious people.
Tempe,
there.
Arizona, also kind of a little mild. And
Oh no, they're partying in Arizona State. That's what they major in out
yes,
there.
well,
Please,
I don't remember those
Zoners.
days. I was working full time.
5 of the top 10 tailgating college football towns are in the SEC, 4 in the Big Ten, and 1 independent. Tonight, Georgia State at the Thundering Herd and BC at the Hokies. MLB playoffs. The Dodgers now on a 2-1 edge over the Mets after pounding them last night in Flushing 8-0.
Wow.
Another blowout game for the NLCS. Walker Buehler looked great as he and 4 relievers combined for the shutout. LA matched the 1905 New York Giants and 2020 Atlanta Braves in throwing 4 shutouts over a 5-game postseason span.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Very good.
Kiki Hernandez. I almost said something bad there.
Yeah, very careful there, sir.
Hit another postseason homer, and that's like 15 for him. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And both Shohei Ohtani and Max Muncy hit monstrous shots to right field. I still say Ohtani's blast was foul, but it was so high over the foul pole, you couldn't get a good TV shot showing what it was.
Wow.
They said it was fair, so I guess whatever. But it wasn't all sunshine and sushi for Shohei.
No.
Say that 5 times fast.
Sunshine and sushi shops. Well, there you go.
I told you. As he fouled a ball off his family jewels and had to take a minute to compose himself as the catcher and umpire tried to hide their snickering at him. It was rather amusing. The White Sox are looking for a manager.
Yes.
One of the candidates could be former Bulldog and Braves farmhand George Lombard. How about that?
No kidding. Isn't he be another black manager? Isn't he a black guy?
I believe
Isn't
so.
George Lombard?
Yes,
He'd be
I
another
believe-
black manager.
I
Well,
believe so.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Let's see what happens.
The Hawks fell in Miami 120-111. Jalen Johnson led Atlanta with 21 points. Rookie Zachary Resachet did not play. That rhymes. The Hawks in Oklahoma City tonight to close out, I believe, the preseason. I think that's what they do. Lots of us dreamed of one day going on a drinking binge with John Daly.
John Daly. Yeah.
But Englishman Andrew Beef Johnston actually got to live that dream, or was it a nightmare? At the 2015 Turkish Open, Beef was having a beer when Daly sauntered up with some whiskey in his hand. Beef asked him if he wanted a beer, and John said, heck, let's get a bucket of them. So when the waiter showed up with 2 whiskeys, Daly also ordered another 2 whiskeys to come along with the bucket of beer. Beef says, next thing I remember, I'm taking my pants off and attacking a tree. Then I jumped into the pool, and then I passed out. When he came 2 hours later, he asked his wife, what happened? And she said, honey, you threw off your pants and were shaking this bush, and for some reason you jumped in the pool. And Beef says, well, what did John do? And she replied, he just walked to his room.
Well, he's a pro. He's done this before.
He's a pro. He's an American dream. You know, he's the epitome. He should be on the Arkansas flag. I'm just telling you.
When he won the PGA tournament, this hillbilly out of nowhere, smoking his cigarettes every hole like a chimney, the monster power swing no one had ever seen before. I mean, wrapped around his neck.
You right there, Flounder?
Yeah. Flounder.
There's something in my throat. Sorry.
Hairball.
I didn't realize my mic was on.
Yeah, it's out now.
Bingo. We never had hairball coughed up.
There it is over there.
Jesus, on the wall.
My God, man.
Longtime Boston sports radio guy Tony Maserati is in hot water.
Yeah, he did it
While
again.
making fun of Generation Z, he called them zipperheads.
Oh, boy. No, that's
obviously, Tony didn't know the name zipperhead was used back in the 50s to describe Asians, usually Koreans, during the Korean War. And, of course, it was used during the 60s by certain people.
By certain people.
Not you.
Not me, because I was.
Not you. You had other words.
I had three others that are my favorites. I can give them for you now if you'd like. They would be the...
No. I know what they are, and we'll just keep moving.
Okay.
Remember that Rutgers athletic director who suddenly resigned in August claiming heart problems?
Yes.
No, you don't.
No,
Nobody
I don't
remembers
remember
that. But anyway.
To be part of the team.
Turns out that Pat Hobbs did have a heart problem, but it was one of love. Seems he was allegedly carrying on with a rather wide-open affair with the female coach of the women's gymnastics team of the Scarlet Knights, both married with kids.
Oh, boy.
In fact, he paid her more than the coach of the national champion Michigan team gets, even though she has a losing record for years.
Oh, my. Yeah, that's bad. That part's bad.
Yeah. And a former Olympic snowboarder from Canada has been charged with running a drug trafficking ring, shipped vast amounts of cocaine across the Americas, and killed several people. FBI offering $50,000 reward for info leading to his arrest and extradition of 43-year-old Ryan James Wedding, a Canadian citizen who is living in Mexico. Gee, a snowboarder trafficking in snow. That story's just a little too much in the nose. I mean, on the nose.
Oh, hey, hi-oh, ho.
Wait a second.
I guess, hey, hi-yo.
Thank you very much. And I think that's all we got.
All right. Well, I got a few more things when we come back. A little call about
Go for it.
531, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. More newsy stuff, happy stuff, and we'll do some girl stuff here next. Oh, and Mitch McConnell blasting Donald Trump again in a new book. Hold on, it's coming back next. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder.
Fan and Extra 106.3 are proud to salute all those who've served our great nation at our 2024 Veterans Day Golf Classic. Friday, November 8th at Heritage Golf Links. Join all your favorite fan and extra personalities for a day of golf, prizes, and fun, all benefiting our friends at the Warrior Alliance. Special thanks to Beaver Toyota of Cumming, Harris Cherokee Casino, Corona, Scana Energy, Window Traditions, Two-Way Radio Gear, Panther Plumbing, and Zero FG Energy Drink.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. You need a safe, you just don't know it. And it's Gun Safe Month at the Safe House. Gun sales are at an all-time high. Wherever you store your guns or most prized possessions, don't let a fire or break-in wipe away years of hard work or destroy items that can't be replaced. Secure your valuables in a quality safe from Atlanta Safe House. With over 500 safes in stock, Atlanta Safe House offers the best selection of gun and home safes in the Southeast, and there's no waiting on a safe. Go to AtlantaSafehouse.com. That's AtlantaSafehouse.com.
Are you planning for your big day? Are you picking out the venue, the cake, the menu, the dress, the tux? And you can't forget about those wedding bands. Well, you're in luck because Wedding Band Weekend is back at Solomon Brothers Jewelers. October 25th through the 27th is the best time to save big on those wedding bands that you'll say I do with. During Wedding Band Weekend at Solomon Brothers Jewelers, when you buy her band, you get his for free. And to make your purchase even easier, we're offering 60 months interest-free financing on all of the top wedding band designers in the industry. That's 5 years to not worry about paying for those beautiful rings that symbolize your commitment. And remember, no matter the price, you'll find something nice. So come visit us October 25th through the 27th to shop for your wedding bands in Buckhead on Peachtree Road, Alpharetta Old Milton Parkway, and Sharpsburg on Highway 34 and Fisher Road, or online at SolomonBrothers.com.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
You may know that ATL Turf Co. has become a leader in artificial grass design and installation services, but you may not know that ATL Turf Co. is a large artificial grass distributor. We only sell U.S.-made, premium-name brand turf at factory direct pricing below wholesale. And now we're open to the public with large inventories of lawn and landscape, putting green, athletic, and pet turf on sale. Plus, all remnants are on sale for only $1 per square foot, direct from Dalton to our warehouse in Kennesaw. Visit atlturfco.com to learn more. ATLturfco.com.
Jason Albritton here from Southern Exteriors. This holiday season, we're doing something truly special with our Home for the Holidays roof giveaway. Until November 30th, you have the chance to nominate a deserving family in need of a brand new roof just in time for the holidays. Imagine the comfort of knowing a family will enter the holiday season in a safe, secure home. It's more than just a roof. It's a peace of mind and a place to make cherished memories. Let's come together and make a difference. The winner will be announced on December 4th. To learn more, submit your nomination. Visit southernexteriors.co. Southern Exteriors, where home means more.
Hey, it's Mike with Atlanta Painting Company. In this fall, we invite you to transform your home. Our expert team brings color to life with top quality paints and flawless finishes, and leading the industry with our color consultants. Whether it's a fresh coat of paint for one room or an entire exterior makeover, the Atlanta Painting Company has you covered. So, trust the local pros for reliable, professional service when you need to revive your home or business. Find us at AtlantaPaintingCompany.com or call us at 1-800-PAINTING. That's AtlantaPaintingCompany.com. The Atlanta Painting Company, the painters you can trust.
536 on 106.3 Extra. In 1973, the Rolling Stones did two shows at Forêt Nationale, Brussels, Belgium, as part of a tour of Europe and the UK. Opening for the tour shows Billy Preston and American group Cracker, the first band to be signed to Rolling Stones Records. Bobby Keys did not show up for the concert, which resulted in him being banned by Mick Jagger from future Rolling Stones tours until 1989. This was 1973 we're talking, with occasional exceptions. According to legend, Bobby missed the gig due to him filling a hotel bathtub with Dom Perignon champagne and drinking it.
Keith snuck him back on the tour in '89, and supposedly Mick looked over and saw him, and Keith just looked at him like, "Don't even say it."
Yeah, what is he doing here? 537. A couple of sports things here, Pete Davis. 1989, the worst earthquake in more than 80 years strikes San Francisco minutes before the start of the World Series in 89. Registered 6.9 on the Richter scale, which is huge. About 100 people dead and $10 billion in damages. And on this day...
my dad and I were out there a month before driving on that damn Bay Bridge underneath the one that collapsed on. A month earlier, we were driving that damn bridge.
I tell you, I used to drive twice a day over in that whole area and stuff, and man, one day it's going to just drop off. On this day, 2000, Patrick R-O-Y, pronounced Raul or Raui or Raul. Patrick Raul. Wah of the Colorado Avalanche gets victory number 448 as a goalie, and Raw passes Terry Sawchuk as the world record holder in hockey. Birthdays, Ernie Els is 55, the golfer. And I got a question for you. And now, Flounder, you can't really answer this because you got that whole marriage thing going on there for you. Oh, he's not even in the room anyway. He's gone. No, so we'll do this. Pete Davis question, yes or no? Holly Holm, the MMA fighter. Holly Holm, the MMA fighter, 43 years old today. Holly Holm, sexy, yes or no?
I have no clue who that is.
Oh, my God. Seriously? Oh, I thought you'd be able to do this little game.
I don't follow MMA.
Well, I don't follow them either, but she's every once in a while on SportsCenter they have these things and pops up. She's a she's kind of a she's a sexy blonde. But again, this is a woman with a nice body, and she's attractive. But when you see her with a lumpy face from being hit in the nose and the cheek for over and over, but a woman who an MMA fighting female. But she's
obviously so ugly. My Mac won't even display her.
Holly Holm.
Here we go.
Holm.
No, that's not my type at all.
She's a tough-looking chick, but she's got a look about her. How
Tall,
about this?
Skinny, blonde.
Holly Holm is the MMA fighter who gave Ronda Rousey her first loss. Now, question number 2: Ronda Rousey, sexy, yes or no?
In a strange way, yeah. It's attitude.
She's got a thing about
attitude.
But again,
I wouldn't date her.
Well, remember she went to that kid's prom? Some guy invited her to the prom, and she went, and they went nuts.
I'm not dating a chick who can beat my ass.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey. With the arm bar. Her famous move was the arm bar, and she won every time. If you get the arm bar, it's over. You tap out. But again, anyway, that's kind of cool. Holly Holm, 43 years old today. And on this day in history, let's see what we got here. Oh, I did know history with Pete Davis, the sports stuff. I'm sorry.
Did you hear?
Yes. What's her?
That Tren de Aragua, the Venezuelans, have now captured 4 apartment complexes in San Antonio.
Shannon mentioned that now San Antonio's got the same problem. This is unbelievable. Why aren't they dead? Why are not they dead? Why is the freaking state police, the Texas freaking Rangers? How come the Texas freaking Rangers are not killing people right now?
I'll tell you what, because the politicians everywhere in this country have been bought off by the global elitists, and they've been told to stand pat and watch it happen.
I mean, this is... I can't believe it. They should be bringing their military-style weapons machine, and just blow the freaking buildings off the foundation. Set them on fire.
Elon Musk just tweeted, imagine 4 more years of this.
Holy smokes. And now, by the way, I'm on the New York Post. I'm also on Fox News, and that's maybe barely now starting to get some coverage. But again, I mean, this is outrageous. How many would you say 4 apartment complexes in San Antonio? The people from Aurora, Colorado. Holy crap. Seriously, how come the police departments are not surrounding the buildings and saying, come out with your hands up, or we're going to start smoking you out with tear gas? We'll do it politely with some tear gas, and then do what you need to do when they come barreling out of the building.
Do what the Israelis do. You put the pamphlets in there and say you got 24 hours.
Yeah.
And then we're coming in.
And then we're going to attack. Yeah. And you start throwing, do the smoke grenades, and then you do the tear gas and everything else, and then you start throwing regular grenades in there. I mean, are there hostages? Have they taken families prisoners? I mean, if that's the case, that's a whole different thing. But then you still have to do something and cut off the water, cut off the electricity.
There's no other excuse except the politicians who are in charge have been paid off.
Yeah, every sniper in training should be licking their chops now and be given a chance to go to those apartment buildings and kill one every chance. Absolutely.
A bounty.
It's unbelievable. 542. Seriously, is this our country? I mean, what the hell's going on? Heck, I mean, I'm just trying to think. Okay, life started in the 50s for me. It was a child of the 50s. I'm trying to remember if there was ever a time in America in my lifetime when we had things, when gangs would take over whole apartment complexes from foreign nations sneaking into our country the Black Panthers weren't like this. The gangs of the...
They were Americans.
Yeah, I mean, this. I'm trying to think of another foreign.
Puerto Ricans
influence.
came in, even though they're semi. They came in and tried to kill Truman. I remember that.
Well, yeah, and there were the Puerto Rican gangs in Washington, D.C. at the Capitol in the
Sinaloa,
70s. Yeah, but that was like a
Filipina.
1-day, 2-day thing. This wasn't people taking over apartment complexes in 2 different states. We have foreign gangs in 2 different states.
It's what was it? The Mexican that came over, Pancho Villa. Pancho Villa raiding over the border.
Yeah, that's true.
And Blackjack Pershing had to go in there.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, that was the border thing was kind of a different story then. This is supposed to have been a lot more modern and rules in place and everything else. So this is inexcusable. I mean, there's no possible way that you could have Venezuelan gangs taking over apartment complexes in 2 different states in America. How the hell did they get here? They walked
and the
across.
media is ignoring it.
That's right.
The media is ignoring it.
Good Lord. Holy crap. Brett Baer, if you enjoyed 544, if you just joined us, we'll do a couple of quick things here. A recap on the Brett Baer thing last night. Brett Baer said last night he was going to ask more questions. He tried to, but the frantic staff of Carmela's side piece was waving like crazy. There were 4. He said, 4 people waving their hands like it's got to stop. I had to dismount before the end. They showed up late. It was supposed to start at 5. They showed up 15 minutes late. Then told him, well, we can't do 35 minutes, 30 minutes. We'll maybe do 20. They kept whittling everything down from the beginning. Totally uncooperative. She never answered a single question, yes or no, deliberately, without doubt. Flounder, let's do one quick soundbite here. Number 4, this kind of sets the stage about what I call the what you're talking about Willis soundbite. This kind of explains everything. Number 4, sir.
Frankly, exhausted of Brett.
More than
People
70% of people tell the country is on the wrong track. They say the country is on the wrong track. If it's on the wrong track, that track follows 3.5 years of you being vice president and President Biden being president. That is what they're saying, 79% of them. Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that over the last decade,
Oh, my God.
people
You're the
have
lever of
become.
power.
But listen, over the last decade, it is clear to me, and certainly the Republicans who are on stage with
please.
me.
Fine. I mean, honest to God.
What you talking about, Willis?
She had the greatest opportunity to just show just a glimpse of just decency, responsibility, and taking action the right way and saying, well, those things could have been done better. We should have done this. Would have been nice if we could have done this. But then she could have said we wanted to do this. We should have done this. But the damn Republicans wouldn't let. She could have blamed the Republicans and still taken responsibility and still split herself from Joe Biden. She isn't capable. She had the perfect opportunity on Fox, and she blew it. 5:46 already. Holy crap! Flounder's Funny. In fact, I only won tomorrow. We'll do a double Flounder's Funny at some point. 404-741-1230 if you want to sneak in right before the end here. Give Pete and Flounder. Look out.
Hey, it's Rhino from the Morning Extra, getting your weekday morning started from 6 to 10 a.m.
Did y'all see the article from Time Magazine? On the front cover of the magazine, talked about, are processed and ultra-processed foods really that bad? Because that's been what RFK Jr. has been attacking.
The answer is correct. They're all bad.
Yes, they are. Of course they are. But you have the unhinged left going, well, are they? If RFK says they're bad, maybe they're not so bad.
I made my wife stop giving my youngest daughter Lunchables.
Well, yeah, but those things are just like,
they're horrible.
They're not even real food. They're not even real, but that's the thing. They are so unhinged on the left. Next, let's say RFK Jr. says, you know what, smoking's real bad. You're going to have the front of Time Magazine with nothing but a pack of Cools. Yeah, there'll be Cools. It'll be Cowboy Killers, Marlboro Reds, and they'll be like, are they really that bad? That's what's coming next.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on XTRA 106.3 FM and the XTRA app.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort for the fall and winter. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your furnace running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. Turn to the experts for your system's maintenance at 770-GET-HEAT or centralheat.com. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Carrier products, carrier warranty, and carrier peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta Carrier expert since 1947 and one of the few second-generation locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Hi, this is Ben.
And I'm Walt from Horizon Background Screening.
I would say anyone who's working in any industry could use our services.
A couple of the clients that people tend to not even think about are churches, volunteer organizations. We do a lot of background checks for referee associations. Anybody who's going to be around kids or older adults or anybody vulnerable, you really need to do a background check that includes a criminal history, a sex offender registry search, and anything else that's really relevant to your organization, just to make sure that the people who you're putting in touch with, kids and other vulnerable people, are who you think they are and that you're not putting your clientele at risk.
So we're going to help you reduce your risk. We're going to help you hire the right person on the front end so that you don't spend all this time with training and all those kind of things and then realize that wasn't a good hire.
The best way for people to find us is on our website. A quick Google search of Horizon Background Screening or look at us at horizonscreening.com.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but the cold air is coming fast. That means a couple different things to me and you. Energy bills will be rising and company coming over for the holidays. Dan Watkins here with all Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows. It's time to get your house ready for the winter air and your holiday visitors. The good news is that we have you covered for every opening in your home. So call us today to set up a free estimate with one of our amazing sales consultants. They'll help you pick out the perfect garage door, front door, and windows for your home.
At Nelson Elder Care Law, we understand that family's everything. That's why we prioritize your family's future with personalized asset protection solutions. Call us today to schedule your legacy planning meeting and discover how our team can tailor our services to meet your family's unique needs, ensuring a secure and worry-free future. NelsonElderCareLaw.com.
Tune into your new favorite show that's redefining the A to Z's of marketing, The Marketing Madmen. We'll take you behind the scenes of successful campaigns and reveal the strategies that win. We're not just talking about marketing, we're making it happen. From viral content creation to leveraging AI for customer engagement, our experts bring you to the cutting edge of industry. This is your playbook for market dominance. Tune in and transform your approach with actionable tips that could skyrocket your ROI. The Marketing Madmen every Saturday at 4 p.m. right here on XTRA 106.3.
There we go. It was 1964. Look good. Manfred Mann. 2-week run at #1 with Do Wah Diddy Diddy. Possibly, it says here, the first #1 song with a nonsense title. Also #1 in Britain. The song was first released by the group The Exciters Or the Exciters. I think they did that one, Tell Him I Love Him, Tell Him I Something. I think it was called the Tell Him by the Exciters, I think.
Stripes was the movie. Everybody remembers this song.
Yeah, right, when they were doing the marching.
Bill Murray.
Yeah. Army training, sir.
Sir.
Our birthday list, Alan Jackson, the famed country singer, 66 today.
Any of you...
you homos, touch my stuff. Let's see. First National Geographic issue hit the newsstands in 1888 on this day, but I remember when it showed up in my house when I was a little boy and saw bare boobies on an African girl in National Geographic, and I told all my friends. Also on this day in history, it was 1979. Mother Teresa won the Nobel Peace Prize for her 30 years of work on behalf of the destitute in Calcutta, India. Mother Teresa wins the Nobel Peace Prize despite the fact that she killed my girlfriend. Yes, another long story. I did pray with Mother Teresa, held her hand, was very funny, big man hands, very soft but huge fingers. And I asked her to pray for my sweet girlfriend that I was going to marry, and we prayed together, and my girlfriend died in my arms. So clearly, but she's won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Maybe instead of blaming Mother Teresa, maybe it was you.
That's probably me. I sucked the life right out of it. Probably my fault. Mitzi Gaynor died, 93 years old. South Pacific and no business like show business. Wash that man right out of my hair. Mitzi Gaynor, 93. And Liam Payne from One Direction died. He either fell or jumped or slipped off a hotel balcony in Argentina. Third floor, killed him. The manager called the cops, said this guy's going nuts. He was freaking out, throwing things around, drunk and disorderly. His girlfriend had just left a couple days earlier after their vacation, and now Liam Payne from One Direction has passed away. Also, Donald Trump, by the way, says he was on Univision. He did another town hall. I mean, I don't even know that they've covered it really, but he did another town hall, and they asked Donald Trump about Univision. Hispanic voters want to know about coming into this country, and Donald Trump says, we want workers, we want them to come in, but we want them to come in legally. They have to love our country. They have to love you and love our people. The problem with this administration is they've just lost control. Anyway, those things are absolutely true. 5:55, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. By the way, in case you missed it, there was some talk about what Biden and Obama said to each other at the Ethel Kennedy funeral. This is cut number 3 here, Flounder. There was an exchange captured on video, and a lip reader named Jeremy Freeman actually discovered what they were. He says that they were talking about the support at Ethel Kennedy's funeral, about support for Carmela. According to the lip reader, early in the conversation, Biden said to Puttitat, she's not as strong as me. Puttitat said, I know that's true. We have time. And then said, no, that's not on, to which Biden responded, I think it's important we can have some time together. We'll take it at value. Yeah, we'll get there in time. Then they turned away, and he said, yeah, okay, And then Bill Clinton showed up. Well, we put together the Kimmer Sidden secret microphone, and there's a bad word in here, and I hate to use it. I don't let people use it normally, the R word, but it's worth for the clarity of exactly how these people think. Here's what they actually said, my hidden microphone with Puttitat and Joe Wash your daughter, if you will, sir, number 3.
So is Kamala doing okay?
Nope. She's down, Joe. I think they found out that she's retarded, and now we're basically Trump is killing us at the polls. So yes, we're going to lose Joe.
Damn it. Wait. What if I come back to run again?
As candidate?
Yeah.
Well, let me put it this way, Joe. The only person in this world who is even more retarded than Kamala Harris is basically you. So no, Joe,
man,
you're not going back yet.
Shot.
Let's let it all play out. Okay, we'll talk later, Joe.
Okay.
Women looking fine up in here.
I don't know how they put, you can do anything now. You can have anybody say or do anything. How are we supposed to live with that? Seriously, how are you supposed to live in the world if you don't know if there's reality anymore?
But it's going to be funny as hell, though, to watch it.
Oh, my God. I should one more quick thing here, Flounder.
Cut number 2. At one point, Brett Baird tried to get Carmela Sidepiece to admit, like Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage, that she hates the people who voted for Donald Trump. She denied any bad words, but she got caught. The morning show found this really cool audio. Listen to this.
So are they misguided, the 50%? Are they stupid? What is it?
I would never say that about the American people. What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
Okie dokie. I mean, holy criminoli here. Incidentally, we're running out of time here, but tomorrow we're going to Let It Rip Friday. We're going to talk about this Rebecca syndrome. I have it, and I have the one in reverse too. Also, a Dear Abby about a guy and his wife went to a house with a bunch of other couples, and suddenly the wife disappears with a chiropractor for an hour in their bedroom, and he's oh, guess what? I'm holding up a sign. I didn't ever got to my stack.
Oh, my God.
But first, there's Nucky's Hoagies, Founders Flight.
Las Vegas, the oddest slogan I've ever heard. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, they say. Of course, it's not true. You can't kill a person and leave. They'll follow you across state lines and bring you back, and you'll face a jury if you appear. So I said, what does that mean? What does it mean? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? And it came to me in a sudden. What it means is you can have sex with a prostitute in Las Vegas and she will not tell your wife. They're very discreet. In Vegas, they're not like these gossipy small town whores. You know.
Nothing worse.
These blabbermouths down at the beauty parlor with that pale blue thing over their head, whatever that is. So you're Hank Johnson's husband? By God, I had sex in exchange for cash last night with a small world.
Yeah, in exchange for cash.
This was Norm Macdonald's birthday. He died 3 years ago. I just can't believe it. Anyway, God bless you. Christine, send me home, baby. Peter and Kim will Founder tomorrow. Let Her Rip Friday. Hoorah, look out. Thank you, boys.
The Kimmer Show is back every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. Only on WFOM Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. XTRA 106.3 FM.